that the road that leads to nowhere is long. Oh, okay.
Shout it out, it's your boy, Tasty Cake. Let's go! TASETKAAAKE. Shout it out, it's your boy, Tasty Cake. Let's go!
Okay. That the road that leads to nowhere is long. Yeah, it was a ghoul friend of mine had put Guiding Light as her number one. It's like, okay, because I only heard the album once. I listened to all the albums now. I have listened to every single, every EP, every LP, and that includes the 2 compilations. Because I usually was right. She listen, but since I listen to all the albums, like, why would I listen to the compilations? Like, well, it's the best of, you know. And the live album from Right Here, Right Now, was that that's the movie album. Oh. I listen to everything now. I'm going back to listening to Skeleton. You know, every time I move this thing, it's just the awkwardness of it. It just, I'm getting seasick here. It just tilts. I don't know. It tilted. Hey, Chiboy, Tasty Cake, Kenzo, Ramona. Let's get post that. It hasn't been 10 minutes. You have to wait 10 minutes before YouTube says something, and I'm not waiting 10 minutes. And the time scales. Huh? So anyway. Hello. Didn't make it to the post office today because it was raining in the morning, and I didn't feel like going out. Because the road that leads to the post office is wet. But Kenny's getting his box. All right. Was that the one I just sent? Friday. I think both were Friday. Yeah, this one's to Cali. Going back to Cali. I don't know where the other one is. Dang it, I don't know where the other receipt is. This one was to, that was the Sight Beyond Sight. Holy crap, Lois. I got the big Books A Million one. What did I buy Books A Million? Oh yeah, I bought the bobblehead. Holy crap, I lost the receipt for... I'm curious, so let me just put some music on. Play the whole thing.
Shout it out, it's your boy, Tasty Cake. Let's go! TASETKAAAKE. Shout it out, it's your boy, Tasty Cake.
Okay. You can still leave the light on because it's still light outside. Let's see what comment happened when I was gone. Snarf. Yes. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. Go back up here. Uh, let's see. Conclave. It is. It's rain leads to mudslides. Still, I wonder who'll stop the rain. Exactly. So I had the receipt for yours. I have the receipt for a great package. What's the other one? So the package. I was sending the tracking number. The package should have arrived. Let me should have. I look right now. Dang it, Bobby. Tracking number. USPS tracking. 10 actors won't return Doctor Who. Obviously, Adric's dead. Let's see here. To Cali. 30. Oops, wrong one. Okay. This is what gets me. When I sent the package to Sight Beyond Sight, it said by 9 p.m. And he got it Friday morning, so it's hard to say with the mailman. The package is Cali. Left my place. Got up to that stupid regional origins. It is Origin. Regional Origin facility just south of Atlanta. Let's see. Left Byron 5 p.m. Went to Atlanta next day at 10 o'clock a.m. It's supposed to be in Cali by 9 p.m. tonight. I hate when you do that crap. Irritates stuff out of me. While I'm here, can I track a package? Let me look for one for Kenny, which is supposed to be there tomorrow. I sent it a day later. But since it rained today, I did not send out the Candyman's box. I said paper. I couldn't say ranch dressing. So let's see how they're going to do that. It's all by 9 p.m. They don't give that special, that specific time. So tonight by 9 p.m. California. Tomorrow night for Kenny. And the same thing. It leaves here at 5 o'clock in the evening when the post office closes. And it got to Atlanta Stupidity Center at 1:36. So expect packages by 9 p.m. today, tomorrow. With Mark, hopefully it gets there without being sent back. Snarf, snarf, snarf. Oh, I know. Snarf, what's wrong? I have a cold. It was a gusher. This morning it was like, darkness wakes, so I will sleep. Well, it's that play thing, so it's play it and come back. So it's optional there, and time is of the essence. Oof, yeah. My side is hurting, so that's kind of worrying. Is it the back? Is it the sciatica? Is it the kidney? I don't have any kidney pills. And, my tooth kind of like, it's supposed to be green like that inside. When I do that whole positive thinking, I say pain stopping. Now we can get a brush and get all the, food particles out. And that helps a lot too. Besides the tooth powder, but one thing, rinsing with the tooth powder and the other stuff. You got to brush too. You got to brush the crap out. I still couldn't get this thing off my glasses. So I did the brush. So I feel a little better. Snarf. It's Adam Radical Toys. I wonder what they're doing. Snarf, snarf. So here we are. Here we are, saying goodbye at the station. So hopefully Mark will be. Like I said, I sent stuff to UK. I cleaned last night, so it's a little bit more organized. And well, I sent to someone I know in England who sent me those the which are like rock hard. I don't know what kind of 3D printer filament that he used, but that almost broke the neck of one of my figures for Davros. So now Davros is just holding my pale head in his hands. So the reverse image of, if I did the picture of me wearing the mock turtleneck, the faux turtleneck, I changed. I had the, and I put all the little pictures in the different cosplay costumes, which I was going to have that done as pictures. Hey, look at me, here I am. But now it's the other one from the end theme. Mark took care of. The I love that picture. So that'll be in the frame when I put it on the table at next year, and I won't be there because I'm going to be waiting to go see Judy. I'm going to be waiting in line to go see Jody dressed up in my Masta's outfit that she did not want to wear, which, whose fault that was Chibnall's fault, or was it Russell T. Davis's fault, or can I just blame them both? She could have had that outfit worn. It could have been worn by David Tennant, so that would have been the perfect figure because okay, now David is wearing the outfit. Pop the head off. I'm in there. There's my action figure right there. Simple as can be, but not possible. Frozen. Let it go. At the road that leads to nowhere is gone. Let me check something here. I'm on Ubatuba? Yeah. Go back to my songs from Ghost. Oh, no. Can't wait for your stink commercial. Now, how idea now is that hydrogen water, some kind of pumping system. Well, this one doesn't do well. And they scammed me enough to get me to. I don't care about Limu Emu and Doug. I don't get these commercials off my screen. Okay, pause. Hydrogen water is supposed to be helping your body, so we shall see. But when I sent the packages over to England, I said toys. They customs didn't like the word toys. As I find Marvel Comics action figure, Doctor Who Christmas ornaments. This one I wrote down paper because it's still food. It's Idahoan potato in bags, different flavors, and the ranch. The Hidden Valley Ranch in the shaker. Hidden Valley Ranch spicy, which that was he wanted. A store brand. I got one store brand so you can compare. And I think another one for dips. Dip. So I sent him a few things. But that didn't go out today. So we've been going out on. Would we go out Saturday? I don't know. Who are you going, Idaho? Who are you going, Pinhead? So we'll see about it. But I did. Now, silly me, because through StreamYard, you have to finish with one program before you start another one, unless they're just going to not put it in a reusable studio. So that was I did it twice. I made a setup and did not go in a reusable studio, which no big deal, just me and Grego, but I had to see something. Is this a Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. This is Sparta. No, this is Patrick. Oh, there he is, underneath the CD. So best I could send the package out. Try again Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday definitely I can send it out. Let's see how long it's going to be. Oh yeah, since they're going overseas, it's not going to be. It's not going to get there on a Friday. But he has a regular address, so let's see what happens. And I don't have anything to send out to anyone else in the UK right now. Waiting for stuff from the UK. I am Locutus. I am Locutus of Borg. This is Patrick. Oh, it's funny because I know a man named Patrick Stewart. So I didn't make the new episode for 2 weeks from now in StreamYard. I put it in the studio, and I was like, why did I do that for? I was dumb. Because it has to follow through with next week's episode of the generic episode. And of course, now that I have set in my mind what the generic episode is going to be, we have our little topics here and there. We'll throw out if something comes about half hour before we start, and yes, then I'll change the title, and boom, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Chaka-laka, laka, 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 laka. But as far as I plan, this coming Sunday is a generic episode. We think of something, boom, it comes up. And we'll always talk about something. Because anything we talk about specifically always ends up outward. My little 10-minute, which ended up to be 25 minutes, about me, my memories of Star Wars, ended up 3 hours. No, not 3 hours. 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. Only three of us together, we just go bonk. But it was extended due to circumstances. But we got it done. Just not as many views on part 2 than part 1. That's kind of a... Now, if everyone can go back and watch the watch party that I hosted 2 weeks ago for the Legend of Driving TARDIS, the well, just draw the line, go shunk, keep refreshing, go shunk, going back. So YouTube is seeing, oh, someone's watching this. But just don't go so fast. Watch a little bit of it, and then try to push that thing to 1,000. That'd be awesome. How did the watch party get more viewing than the hosting party? Well, and Dave he's a much better host. As in my short attention span about everything, doing things. I didn't see a lot of it. So when Grisbane, which someone called him Dave 2, which is hilarious. That's his name now. Dave 2. You know which one's Dave 2? Because Dave Chapman is the man. That's in his name. The man. Dave Chapman is the man. He's in demand as well, since he has the rathole.ca, since he has the happiness show coming. He has a studio for that one. With or Station Who or Station 1. So he's on everything. Now your show is about something. My show is about nothing. I just, whatever's popped in my head. Like since Sunday, what happened? Well, Kenny knows. About Monday. I'm better. Everything's nice and clean again. Got to get another card. Went out Tuesday, and I think I texted him, saying I couldn't find, or messaged him. Nothing was found at Ross. Like, And Tuesday is when you get that senior discount, 10% off. End up getting a jar of salsa. I went over to Books A Million. Yeah, Books A Million. Then I got the bobblehead Obi-Wan. Oh, he's up there. Hello there. So I took the funky cone down, put the Where'd I put the? Well, there's right there the Infinity Gauntlet next to the secret squirrel. So Tuesday was a Star Wars day, and leading to Doctor Who, and then of course leading to I bought 2 more albums. I should post this stuff. I don't know what frozen means. Recon Idaho. Oh, this is Patrick. Our Bolg. Oh, Seinfeld shows about nothing. Okay, that's cool. That's cute. That's cute. Wasn't mine because, mine's in the shower, on my shirt, on my pillow, on the floor, in the sink. What's with this Spartan freaking shampoo that says you regrow your hair and my hair's falling out? And these pills that say, oh, you need to take 3 months worth of these pills for the hormonal imbalance inside your skin. That's what we're going. And that one psychic said, don't stress out. And she was the third one to confirm about that spirit. With William Lamb, the horoscope man, that said I lied years ago. With the ex that said I would need a psychic and a priest to have the spirit removed. Then the psychic says, well, you have someone with you. It was a love tarot. Like, I'm trying to find anything else. She's reading the cards and everything, just love tarot. I was like, what? It's not a demon, nor is it an angel. It's Gore-Tex. I was in the pool. Everybody knows. So every time I still say it, it's like, okay, spirit, why don't you help me in the past? Wouldn't you be like Patrick Swayze in Ghost? And you go, oh. Stop me from making those wrong decisions. Because it didn't help. Went too long. Last night, Dave exited the studio first. No, Dave 2 exited first, then Christian. No, Dave 2, then Mark, then Christian, then Dave, then, of course, as an administrator, I said, I see you, Dave. Pops back in. But that one, my guy, he said I couldn't find the comment. I couldn't scroll up. That's why I accidentally did it for second, third time of typing in my message on StreamYard instead of going to YouTube and typing a message. It's like, that dude was like, me, what? And Dave was like, Dave stands behind me. No, stands with me. I have to keep that straight. Dave stands with me. We stand with Unit and that hot taser girl. I hunger for your touch alone, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still? Yeah, I'm not going with that. Those high notes are long gone. Long gone. I know I mentioned it, but it's worth repeating. When I was helping a lady move the karaoke equipment, I got paid a little because I had no job. And the night before I moved everything, before we moved it, there was these 2 old biker dudes, and their wives. And I decided to sing Nights in White Satin. I made pitch. And they standing ovation. How did you know that song? You're too young for that. Handshakes and everything else. Like, old biker dudes and their wives, like, congratulating me to sing Nights in White Satin by Moody Blues. So next night, moving everything, I was dehydrated. And when I started singing Cool Change by the Little River Band. I got the second verse. My voice stopped. I could not speak. I could not speak above a whisper. What? I could not. Was it I could not talk? I can't speak above a whisper. What? I can't speak above a whisper. Nope. And it was months before I got my voice back. Everybody knows. And it sounded like this. I was in a flying freaking call. I was in a call center, which someone dials the 800 number. Oh yes, you won something, and you're supposed to look in the mirror and smile while reading off a piece of paper. Biggest scam in the world. I should have, when I heard them on the radios, I should have called the radio station saying they're a scam, because they eventually went away. They got caught. I could have made it happen sooner. So 2 months. I sound like I smoke 3 packs a day. I can't even go that low anymore. All these innuendos. What am I talking about? I became Selma. Selma and what the other one? Homer, you're worthless. Marge, your sisters are upsetting me again. Oh, don't worry about them. So, yeah, it was a high pitch. I think it was afterwards that I got my voice back. I reached the levels of doing Phantom of the Opera again. When I sang Music of the Night, when my voice went to the freaking, when I'm in the back of the sports bar and everyone in the front of the sports bar can hear me, especially when the volume is turned up, which I don't like that. If you're in the conclave area, it's loud as hell, because trying to get the music out to everyone at the bar, at the door, sitting at the table, playing pool. She had to turn it down. The only time she ever turned it down. Then she turned it back up. Turn it up. So I did my little cleaning last night. So enough that I got off the floor. It took me like 2 hours after the show. I found my Lego type. How loud exactly is hell? Turn up. Well, this one goes up to 11. Spinal Tap 2. I don't know if I watched that. It's like the new Naked Gun movie was not approved by one of the Zucker brothers. It was just made. So Liam Neeson, I like Liam Neeson. See him in a, well, of course, Leslie Nielsen was known for being Everybody Have Fun Tonight. Leslie Nielsen was known for his dramatic characters. But when he did Police Squad, I was like, holy hell, this man can act. He can be so silly. I found my Lego typewriter, that ball thing that I got from Target. Today I just wanted to listen to music. I was listening to the playlist. I can't think of the proper word, from the Skeletor the set list. It took me 2 days to listen to all of it, because I did part of it yesterday and the rest of it today, which led me back to the compilation albums. And so one of them, compilation best stuff, I like that stuff. So I heard everything from Skeletor, everything from Ghost. Now I'm going back to Skeletor. I'm down to the last 2 songs again. A couple of them I was like, eh. So I like them, as not my favorites. So I would put them, out of 10 songs, put them 9 and 10. So I'm listening to 9 and 10 now. But as a friend, she likes Guiding Lights more than Everybody Have Fun Tonight. Got the playlist still up here. Mark of the Evil One is funny. Love Rocket singing. And that's 7. Number 6, Cenotap. But number 4 is Guiding Lights. So I do like that one. La Cremira, and Satan Eyes and Peace Field. Like those are the top 3 for me. Those, but the top first 4 songs, I do like the first 4 songs. I'll put number 4 at number 1 because you already got me into listening to Ghost. It was my brother that got me listening into Army of Lovers. So you've heard of Army of Lovers? Yeah, the one song only is Crucified, which Ghost also sang Crucified. They also sang Jesus, He Loves Me. Oh, no, Jesus, He Knows Me from Genesis. The band. From the book of Phil, Mike, and Don. I can't remember the piano player's name anymore. Anyway. So I've got that done there. Just listening, finishing off the album, just putting fresh in my head. I got a nickname now from one of the songs. So the typewriter, the ball thingy from Target, which I found last night. There's an Easter one. The candy. I had 15 different snacks. Lots of chocolates. Oh, just now on the phone. Okay, let's see what Kenny has sent me. Select message. Oh, yes, I seen it. I was... Where did I go? It was... thought about it. I really thought about it. I couldn't... I just... Again, I had 4 Superman figures. Same one. Excuse me, which... The third one was... I thought I had the one with the plastic cape, which I didn't. Oh, yes. That's the only song I knew was from Army of Lovers. Then my brother said, "No, there's a lot more songs." And he said, the other band, Men Without Bones? I can't. It was the lead singer from Army of Lovers, created another band. And he was in that, but the other dude was not in it. He was supposed to be in it. Then he went back to being Army of Lovers and this and that. So I listened to everything Army of Lovers that was on video. I was 28. I could have sworn it was a little bit less when I looked at it. I just didn't want to. I think it was Men Without Bones. It was a weird video too. But can't play it works. Sometimes if I'll go, play Crucified by Army, and I'd be in the back room. I'd be in the electric room with the door closed, so I'd listen to it. I'm crucified, like my Savior, and then say stop, play the next song, plug it in, so everything. Well, a couple of times I did it. It was marked at $29. Wow, the tariff thing, because I could have sworn it was a lot less. Of course, the Funkos were $1 less than Books a Million, but they didn't have Obi-Wan. They did have Boba Fett, so I'm happy with that. I had to go into 2 of them. I had to go for a Tuesday and Wednesday then, because I went to the good Walmart, one closer to the Air Force Base. They had the set. They had Bizarro, Superman. They had Jade, they had 2 Batman Year One figures. They had Commissioner Gordon, and they had the black and white Batman Year One. It's like the temptation, but he's gonna sit on the floor, and I'm still not in the head mode to do selling things on eBay. That's why I need Kenny to. We can work on the episode. Well, first we'll do the episodes about paints, and then later be an episodes about making me sell things on eBay. I did go to the good GameStop, the big one, because it's open at 11 o'clock, while some a-holes were parked in the fire lane. Just typical. And I looked through the stuff, and someone had their hair cut at Great Clips. I was like, I had the mask on. I should have taken the mask off and went. But dad bod, no. Freakishly broken out into acne and dad bod, hell no. I went into GameStop, looked around. A lot of Star Wars stuff. Kept looking at the girls. Gorgeous woman. My God. All they had was Superman in the gray and black. They did not have Superman without his cowl, and that was the GameStop I found the Superman one in black. So I'm happy I got the one, because people trying to sell for $50. So I had nothing from GameStop. Everything I got was from the Walmart. Wow. I was told some of the GameStops, the smaller ones, the one in Perry, which was a big one, it took over the movie store. Movie stop? No. Well, there's video rental places which I bought some movies on there on VHS. They turned that one to a vape shop, and so they may turn the tiny one, which is like next to UPS store. That opens up at 12 o'clock instead. You walk in, you walk out, like the one in Macon. I'm surprised that one was still there. How dangerous that place is. But some means there's going to be one big GameStop which opens at 11. I'm cool with that. Just have to remember to go there. No, it was not the block, like Movie Gallery. I think it was Movie Gallery. I think, I used your license, sir. Oh, you have a Blockbuster card? Okay, you're old enough. I didn't throw mine away. Mine is still somewhere, as usual. But it was definitely a Movie Gallery. But to go that Walmart down, to go south, I'd pass Buc-ee's, and I'm not into Buc-ee's. It's overcrowded with douchebags, scumbags. To drive all the way back to Perry to go to that Walmart, which has lousy parking, which even the garden center's not open on all these places. Like, why you close off the damn garden center, you piece of crap? I got to walk all the way over there because I had somewhat decent parking over here, and I walk all the way over there and walk all the way back and find out you have nothing. When you go in the garden center, there's a Toys. So I don't even bother. Oh, bother. I haven't even bothered with Candyman. I haven't even bothered with my TV display yet. It's a day of, it was raining in the morning, ate breakfast, and listening to the rest of the set list from the Skeletor from Ghost. So I may listen to that one again. That one, the compilation album, and finishing off a Skeletor album again. But the candy, I threw away 15 different types of candy last night while I made a mess on the floor during the show. So I'm listening to everyone talking about Lucky Day. Again, I had the higher score because Mark dropped his, which is probably good that I did, and Dave had the higher one. So I said 7.999, and he had 8. So it was we liked it because we hated it. We liked it because the villain in the story was a complete turd, and we wanted him to be punished. That's why we liked it. Help, see the violence inherited in the system. See the violence inherited in the system. Help, I'm being repressed. Bloody peasant. Oh, what a giveaway, isn't it? That was That was a concept there. It's like, you see this, like, I already knew he was a villain because people post on the news and the monologue. He's a douchebag. I always say douchebag. Bunch of douchebags. I'm going back to saying scumbag. I'll be a Dave. I'm gonna be Dave Lister. They're a bunch of scumbags. So I already knew that he was a bad guy. I knew about the monologue. Every doctor needs a monologue. People were saying, "Oh, no, 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 it's important. People don't need to hear the truth." And he stood his ground. You know, that guy went against his best friend. You know, took advantage of her and said, "You know, you don't do that." There was a time someone says guy was real, who was a real douchebag, had a wooden leg. He interviewed Frank Zappa and said, "So, you have long hair. Are you a woman?" Frank returns, "Well, you have a wooden leg. Are you a table?" I mean, we could talk about last week's episode on the show. Can't stop us. Exactly. So that, again, that kind of copies, another writer, but still has to be approved, wrong? But then again, like Mark said, it was the time. The story is based on time that it happened a year or two ago in the UK. So we saw people being arrested for speaking their minds, which is a shameful thing. People forget those things. That's why. How does this episode get a low number? Because this is based on what happened in the UK. Why are people trying to forget? We're not getting political here. We're saying, I said before, the statues, the Confederate statues, they're tearing down everything, changing names, and they're putting up a tree, putting up someone else's names. Oh, we would try to do like this, erasing history. What are we, the Romans? The Romans take over. They took everything from the Greeks and they changed everything over. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. The one line from King of the Hill, the one line about the Alamo. What? Oh, they erased everything about the Alamo. Oh, for me, none of that was important. Now it's important because now you look back and go, well, look what's happening here. But as a kid, I don't know much about history, don't know much biology, don't know much about the science books, don't know much about the Latin I took. Yeah, kicked out of Spanish. Yeah, bull. But then, because like a kid doesn't need to know these things, need to process information that we use, like whole geometry and trigonometry crap. Useless. Not real world things. When you get to wanting to understand things, yes, you're older, you want to learn about stuff like what happened here, and then you go back and read. We had the Georgia guidepost, north to the left. Someone didn't like the idea of a new world order. It's like, this is what would have happened if the world came to an end and survivors. This is a guide you should follow. That was languages. It was on private property. Decided to destroy it. So, well, now that's part of it. Just a little rock fell off. We're going to tear down the whole dang thing because it doesn't belong there. Dang, dang. So I never made it. It was 2 hours away. Just never went. Because I would have taken pictures. Oh my God, I would take pictures of that. That was just a memory that's fading. Tearing down statues and, well, they were bad people. No, they are part of history. They are good people and bad people on both sides. They're doing what they're told to do. And this is what there was believed. They believed in it. Happened. Now it's gone. You put up a tree. Tree dies. It's just a stump. Say, what was there? No, I have no idea. Because people have their attention spans of Schoolhouse Rock. And a former friend I've known for years, she got upset on front of me because I said that. Because she was so far off to the side. It's like, what's with you? I can't think of a word for these people. Wall climbers? Not an insult to Spider-Man. These, well, the extremists, basically. The ones that are triggered for everything. Triggered! I'll call you Trigger. Who's that? Oh, wow. You don't even know who Trigger is. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Yeah, I say, I'm a mod. Mad mod. I stay in the middle. I moderate. I'm... okay, I can't think of words. When they give you giant vocabulary words, and you're like, what the... Never going to use these words. They just try to get regular words. I'll listen to what people have to say, and then I make my opinion. If someone's negative to me, oh, believe me, you don't mess with me. And that's, I get away with it. I shouldn't be getting away with it. Because there was one remark of anything. It was a simple remark, too. Like, are you open? I was like, yes. I see a light on. But you asked me if I was open. Then they got triggered. An attitude. I'm going to come back here. Good. Give back my food stamp that you took from me. My damn taxpayer funds going to pay for that thing. Trash heap. Or the one that said,
I'm on TikTok and Instagram all the time. I don't have time for anything.
You don't have time to pay with real money either. You got food stamps. Huh? So I'm not spreading any hate. I'm spreading the truth. I'm not saying, well, the government's hiding things. Well, obviously the government's hiding things. That's a just known fact, but the way I see it as, people don't need to know. You can't handle the truth. Did you say something else? Did you fart? Did you fart? Everybody knows how the story goes. So is government hiding stuff? I always say, well, because people can't handle the truth. People can't think for themselves. Attention span of 10 seconds. I'm always thinking of something else. Because yes, I get bored too. I was trying to say, okay, what I'm planning on, what am I planning on for the next shows? How am I going to do another thing? When I did I went through searching for Star Wars collections. So I found that one collection probably from the dude in California, Sansweets. Sansweet, yeah. Not Sansweets. The dude last name Sansweet had his collection of Star Wars things. So I took that picture because it was on Bing. And I had the little icon of me and timescales and just typed in the words. When I made that little award thing, I sent it to one person I know, trying to say, you come back, you can get that award, and you just come, just put your name on it, but promise me you'll come back to the show. And through the Spill the Geek Tea on Instagram, because I'm playing with Photo Filter 7, so I was able to take a generic certificate off the internet, took off the word for. I took a bit, I drew a line, made the line longer, trying to get that line there. I was able to shrink the name on the bottom and shrink a date. I put 5/5/25, so it's easy. It says 5/5/25, just kind of runs with it, 5/5/25. So not saying May the 5th or 5th of May, just 5/5/25. So you can apply it either way you want. Kindly, man. But I couldn't get the names to be above the Lord. I couldn't get the names above the Lord. That's most of the people. Something smells here. Well, you should take a bath, you pigs. I just couldn't get I tried to put paparazzo Dave Chapman on there. It was on the lights, no, above, and I kept clicking, and it was stuck. It couldn't move, and so I gave up. So the print is there. I made everything, the certificate, so simple, and took me an hour to do what I did. I was trying to print out the names on there, put Dave and Grego and Mark and myself and Jay, but it didn't work. I couldn't put Dave's name on there. It got stuck and just move. How I was able to do that and close it out, put it back on. So now that the paper is sent, you know, if someone has a particular font, I can make one for me. That'd be cool. So Dave can print his own, Mark can print his own, Grego can print his own. Just put your name on there. I can't remember what I put on there, honestly. There he goes. Let's see. Can I? Oh, it's on the computers, can't be a shared screen. Certificate of recognition. Certificate of recognition awarded to, drew the long line, made expanded. So because I wrote, I hosted Spill the Geek Tea, and all I got was this lousy piece of paper. So I made the line longer, so big enough for a big name there. Date 5-5-2005. Signature Reverend Amagon. So it looks like a signature. Kind of cool. And I put the little transparent teapot with the flames on top of the already seal. So I liked it. It took me a bit to do it, but I like it. Just couldn't get for life me get the name on. I don't know why. Just I've always had issues with simple little things like that. Everybody knows. What the hell is that? Teaspoon on an empty stomach, Slimmins wastes. Slimmins? It's Slimmins the wastes. This is a line. No. Oh, I think a baking soda is good for you. Baking soda for the teeth. Just a little dab in, put the little baking soda in, dab, and brush it with there. You know. Sometimes just do the rinse of baking soda. I still haven't finished my memories on Facebook. Did you guys know that A New Hope originally had female X-Wing pilots too? Well, here's one of them. Unfortunately, they got cut before Star Wars hit the big screen. I'm going to repost that one because they actually showed the clips on Rogue One. That's why I do like Rogue One, which I need to watch Andor season 1 and season 2 when Doctor Who's over. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. Reflexology, I think I will repost that one. I'll come back to the chat in a moment since I'm stuck on Facebook. You cannot post while the memory is loading. Then hurry up with the freaking memory. Thank you. Facebook is being like, I'm looking at something on Facebook and I go back and like goes back to the main page or goes back to previous pages. Like,
What the hell?
I don't need UPS track anymore. Okay. Kenny has volunteered. Did I send you the? I don't remember. Eleanor Rigby, Zor and Zam. That was. I remember this when the Monkeys show was brought back 20 years later on. That's when I was able to watch it, of course. And at the last episode, they played the anti-war song Zor and Zam. The king of Zor, he called for a war, and the king of Zam, he answered. Oh, The Last Farewell by Roger Whittaker. Beautiful song. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I had a lot of songs I just kept playing. For the Good Times by Ray Price. I got La Chimera in my head, so I can't even think of the other songs right now. Voodoo Child by Rogue Traders. Oh, that was from my friend Chris. The Sound of Drums. Oh, that was from The Sound of Drums. That was the song. Rogue Traders, Voodoo Child. Here comes a dan. Should be done with Facebook. Okay, I want to go back to Instagram because I don't remember. I know I sent it through to and I sent it through to breaking news. Can he send 2 photos? Oh yeah. I just passed on that Batman. I just couldn't do it. Let's see. I sent people out the picture for the Star Wars one because I would do the Star Wars collections in 2 weeks to give enough heads up to the toy crew, which of course Eldor liked. Seen by Mikey, seen by Allison. I know that. I think Kenny, you're still on the toy crew thing. Yeah. Trying to find this. Tracy Lord's birthday today, so I wished her happy birthday. Met her once and had her sign an autograph to Rev. My head's sometimes, I swear to God. Those your. Oh, I just looked at the thing. Okay, so I sent you certificate 1A. So technically, you can put your name under too because you're going to be hosting shows on playlists when we get to it. Monday was just a day, and you also had your stuff to come in. So we'll see about this Monday. But if yeah, there it is, certificate of recognition. I was seeing who's gonna. Did I not send it to Spill the Geek to you? Oh, I did. Okay, because I put down in here. Dave gets winner, Paparazzo Dave Chapman, and the Candyman, and Grego. Hyphen the time scales. Are we right? From me, I guess it'd be Tasty Cake. No, on this show I'm Tasty Cake, but it'll be Reverend Amagon. The Reverend Amagon gave a certificate for himself, which makes sense. Let's see. Mega J Retro, Kenzo, Pedro, DJ Glowing Ice, because he's going to be part of the... Believing he's going to be part of the Star Wars thing because he's a big Star Wars fan. And that's why I have the photo set up for 2 weeks from now, but not in the studio. Well, I could put it outside the studio, but I didn't want to. Then I think it was an 8x10 be a nice size for the certificate. I could put it behind me. Put it with my YouTube awards, YouTube award there, and the horizontal frame of I have a certificate of recognition. And let's see, I mentioned Katie when she comes back. Mikey's gonna get one when he has the time to do some shorts because he would do Motu, my dear Eliza, and Eldor when it's cooler in Eternia. So I think that's it for those actually get certificates that have been on the show, that have hosted the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So far, 9, 10, 11, 19, 12. So there's 12 certificates going out there. So I'll just, trying to get processed. It was not a wasted day, but let's see. Ice melted. Yes, Cornstar. Now here's you didn't know us yet. You know me yet. But it was years ago. Went to MegaCon, and she was supposed to be there. Oh yeah, I mentioned in the other show. And I asked Billy Mooney of Lost in Space, is Tracy Lords here? He goes, no. His kids were there, so I had to be very careful. Like, just whisper, Tracy Lords. And it was some years later when I was at Dragon Con. It's either I drove up to DragonCon. I haven't been up to DragonCon in over 10 years. Could be close to 15 years I have not been to DragonCon. But it was in that time period before. Oh, she was there. I was like, oh. And I had my Disney shirt, Quack Busters, something like that. Donald Duck bowling with a bowling ball is a bowling shirt with Donald Duck on the back, and it says Rev on there because, like, I'm Rev. Hey, everybody, I'm Rev. Like that short time I went there, Tase when I knew someone else. And I got a little rambunctious. Kenny knows. So he's like, shouldn't I have learned my lesson there? Well, and as the boss said to me too, he said, don't go chasing after internet women. Stop chasing these internet girls. It's like, how did he know? Everybody knows. How the story goes. Because, like, you're telling me something to do. It's like, no.
This man had you that way. Had you that way.
Oh, yes. Way back in the day. But I had assigned to Rev. I had Debbie Gibson when she was... I never had Debbie Gibson, but that's been... When she was in a play, I can't remember which play it was. I had a black and white, it was a Easter basket, and I had a photo, and signed to, I said, sign to the professor, because it was a time I was the professor, because I couldn't call myself the doctor. And so was my character, the professor. I had everything signed the professor. I had a name plaque engraved the professor. Now I look back, wow, what a waste of money. Because it wasn't until years later that I was given an honorary doctorate. I was made an honorary doctor of divinity. So an honorary doctorate, doctor of divinity, which is the same one as Martin Luther King. He has the term doctor for him was a doctor of divinity. I read it online. I have the same thing, but mine was an honorary, so it had to be given to him too. It's like, oh, you're a big name. You were going to give you an honorary doctorate. All I did was paid for my ordained ministership. Ordained ministership. If that's not a word, I claim it. Ministership. So I said, choose a title. Oh, be the bishop. No, I said I want to be reverend. It fits. Because my friend at work, he was a reverend doctor. So I want to be a reverend doctor too. So you had to go to a church. And so, okay. And so they gave me that honorary doctor. And they declared me as a saint, which, I'm like Greg Allman. Girl, I'm no angel. Girl, I'm no angel. But the way my mind is so messed up. Maybe it's because I had that spirit girlfriend. I have a ghoul friend, a spirit friend, spirit girlfriend. I don't know. A saint. I can make my own show. I could be like Roger Moore. Or I want to say Kip Winger for a second. That's not Kip Winger. Oh, my Lord. Someone say it before I had to look it up. Oh, dang it. Val Kilmer. The new How Thunderbolt sets up Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Oh, I beat you. Never watched it. I watched part of The Saint with Roger Moore, black and white. My dad had it. I always say something, all of a sudden there's the halo. With my bipolar disorder and everything else, like, you declared me a saint. Yes, I did. Slurp, slurp. But when I went to it, that yes, you were. Yes, he was. So when I went to click on the button, I came back and what? Okay. I feel gassy now. So paperwork is there. I got to sort through the paperwork. Still didn't do it today because it was like kind of gloomy. No, the stupid people are out today. It's like, thank goodness I'm home. And so I have the paperwork somewhere. There's I think it's still in the folder. It's all in the folder somewhere because I don't think I framed this stuff. It's like it's still in the pamphlet. Like, okay, here's your forms to marry people, and here's like, so I was going to say there's like 4 forms for marrying people and 2 forms for divorcing people. But if you want more, I don't want any more. I got my freaking title, so I stuck with the Rev. Hey, I'm Rev. So I'm the professor. And I couldn't stick with doctors. Like, why couldn't I stick with doctor? Once they gave me that title doctor, I was like, oh crap, I could be doctor anything. And that's when I changed my stories from the professor and the overseer to the doctor and the Valiard. And as the ex said one time, you're not the doctor. Like, wow. Still so bitter that she has me blocked on Messenger. Because I was, I felt bad. Like because what Dave said last night, get out a piece of paper and write this stuff down. I was like, what? I still haven't gone back and watched around 50 minutes into the show about the rating system. Mark talked about the rating system. You can become the Reverend Candyman. Just find a online church and pay them some money. Which I only do one time because I don't, these churches. Pass the plate. And I didn't have a penny to pay. But Mark knows. He was on there. Just put up what he said anyway. Shall I become the Reverend Candyman? Shall I become the Rev Candyman? You should. The rating system and this and that. And I wrote down, Dave told me afterwards, I wasn't supposed to write down again. And he messaged me the answer. So I wrote down generations, animations, time period. He said then and now of how cartoons are presented, i.e. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All the changes. And we do the same thing with not just the cartoons, but comic books. Anything just to water it down or make it more extreme. Remember before you're a reverend. Or the bishop. It's the bishop. Or you become bicycle repairman. That's and if we brought in, the whole discussion might go like for a longer period of time and have to end the show. I'm just a bit disgruntled. Just a bit. Then I gave, disgruntled from last show and then disgruntled. Okay, fine. And then this last show was like, and then for Mark to stay up late because it was a bank holiday on Monday to continue on with my 10 minutes, which went to 25-minute segment, which I tuned 2 hours because we went off topic again. Off topic. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life and his monstrosity. Easy come, easy go. Will you let me go? Meshmila. Will you try this soon? I don't know. Meshmila. What about these things here? I don't know. Meshmila. I got some mangoes. I got some chocolate mangoes here. Wheaton's over there. Kit Kats everywhere. Oh my goodness sake. Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia. Yeah, so I had to throw away 15 different candies. One of them was an Almond Joy. I thought, and I hadn't really had Almond Joy. I'm not into nuts. Oh, thank you. I like Mounds. But I had Mrs. Freshley's Reese's peanut butter cup cupcake. I only had one in it, so my boss gave it to me. And the expiration date was like, whoa. These dates go from last year. I'm seeing September 2024, so I ate the fast break because I love the fast break. Even though it said September, I ate it. My stomach went. It was a fast break. I like fast breaks. It was expired candy. That was my fault. But the Kit Kats are still there. But it was a full. My bags at work are big. These are nice, big plastic bags. Tough because he spent the money on it instead of giving us any money. And sometimes they're tears because it happens. But for the most part, you're not going to get these are not Walmart bags, Publix bags, Kroger bags. These are not thin ass piece of crap. These are thick. Stick them in a little garbage can. That works. The bags I get from Deals, big old yellow bags. That fits in my nice big garbage can too. But we didn't go today. So a lot of the candies, some of them I just went put back in the tin. So I know where it is. That one, and that one. 3 containers. The smaller one has all of the Kit Kats that Mark gave me. The other one has the Kit Kats and other things. The other one, just all the stuff I got from work. But it was unique Oreo wafers. I got a couple of Tasty Cake peanut butter Tasty Crisps. Hey Finn, you taste good. That was from Adventure Time. And all the Kit Kats are still good. Well, still there. I went on YouTube looking at the shorts I made, and nowhere on YouTube did allow me to put any music on. I'm watching other people's, I got music on it, but YouTube channel did not allow me to do anything. So Instagram, I know it does. I know I can attach a song through Instagram. I said, well, do I really put on there? So if I do it through Instagram, now I can share it to Facebook. But through YouTube, that does not allow me anywhere on there. I kept going, pushing buttons, pushing the same buttons. Like, why am I pushing the same damn buttons? Like someone sits in the electric cart and there's only 2 things. There's a button for the horn and it has a picture of a horn. And on the side is a switch. So like 2 things. And what are they doing? They keep pushing the button. I said, stop pushing the button. Stop pushing. What the f is wrong with you? Stop pushing the damn horn, you idiot.
I don't know how it turns on.
Flip.
Oh, okay.
A switch and a button. Stop pushing the damn button for the horn. Me. Just trying to get attention.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, I know. That'll be one of the episodes too, because it just. Now, if it's through the phone, I'm guessing would be through the phone, but through the computer, it didn't help me. It did not allow me to do that, and it was short. And unless the song was like really quiet in the background, that's just me saying, go there, tap my fingers out when some douchebag said, "You should have got nail clippers at Target too." Well, I better scratch people's eyes out with. And then one replied, "Dude," laughing emoticon. But last night I did buy 2 more Skeleton albums. One was from a Vertigo vinyl, which is supposedly somewhere in Macon for free pickup, or just send it to me send it to UPS store for $6. I don't want to send it to UPS store, then drive around Macon trying to find a place and spend over $6 in gasoline. It was limited to 1,500. So my worldwide limited edition 1,000 album, which Kenny looked up, sold for over $300. Oh, and that container was so big. I put the Target album in there too. So hopefully they'll send me one like that, so I can put 2 albums. Either way. Yeah, what happened to the other one? Oh, the one from Target was sent in a giant box. I had to throw away. I couldn't even bring in the house. It was like, I could have put stuff in there. I just didn't want to bring a giant box in the house. for the LP and the CD, the big squishy, pillowy air pillow, the squishy air pillow packing. That's why it wasn't in a nice little self-contained album hold sender. That's what, like, wow, Target, you really suck. I'll try something here. I keep forgetting. Under media assets, I'm under media assets. Is that under media assets? Well, I could put the music on. I'll put it down to 2019. No, 19. I'll put into space. Making bacon. There's a lot of anyway. Not banners. So, that's the thing when joked about Greg kept joking about me going on timescales. All I had to do was media assets. And because we're in the same StreamYard, I can switch between Spill the Geek Tea, the timescales, and Tasty Cake. And that's all I had to do. We did not have to go into each other's studio. We just switch over to, there. Because I did that when we were on. I made the little switch over there and just I'm on my banner? How's it on my banner? Overlay? Oh, because he did that. Okay. Just give me a second here. Yeah, he used he put under clean. There. Is that it? That's it. Okay. So I'm just, all we had to do is switch the brand. We switch our brands. That's, I'm still in my own studio, but what's the terminology? If I did something from Legends Trying TARDIS, then I'd be yelled at. But I did play one time with the banners, like, oh, okay, because under Christians, he has like all these set banners under like file folders, basically. It's like, holy moly! Bonk. And all we just had to do is switch over. And I did it 3 times, and I just didn't recognize that. It's a strange thing. Back in the New York groove? Okay. It's things you... I guess a muscle memory for me is like memory. Oh, I thought you went in my studio and did that, because I went in your studio to do that, and like then it was like 2 hours later. Wait a minute, all I had to do was switch the brands. There's no real. I was thinking if you could send me a copy through somehow, that I maybe send it through not Google Drive, Gmail, so I can put so I can put songs in my computer. So I don't know why. I guess just to have it on my computer, because I wanted to use it for something else. I can't remember why. Can't really remember why, but. Let's see. Let me go back into here. Let me switch to, because I already put it back to the TARDIS. Because I wondered, why isn't my background in here? Oh, you mean take off the logo? Yeah. There we go. Back to timescales. Everything's set. Logo is back to timescales. The background is the TARDIS control room, and now back to Talk with Taste the Cake. And I lost 4 viewers. How rude. Oh, that was a long one. That was a wrong one. I was so far up now. I was like, what the heck am I doing here? Everybody knows. But again, I did it 3 times and I didn't remember it. It's just, and I was thinking about something too. So I did the candy, and I throw away the 15 different types of snacks. The video thing, the songs for the song for the clips. Kenny has Photoshop, so he can find some nice gothic type lettering, so he can do one for Paparazzo Dave Chapman, for Grego, for the Candyman, for Kenzo, for the Reverend Amagon, and Mega J Retro. Because even though Eliza will eventually be on, because I trust her. She has a lot going on here. I have a hair in my glasses. What was I thinking about? Oh, I was under media assets. No, it was under media assets. It was style. It's under style. I showed this to Greg, and I forget. I know Kenny does that. You don't have to show the display name all the time. Well, I ate my Pepperidge Farm coconut cake. I know what you did last summer, because Pepperidge Farm remembers. I just keep forgetting, because you can take off the headline, but I like to keep it in the headline. I don't like, not like the mirror image thing. I just like to see what I look there. It just flips my brain over. But you don't have to show display names. You can show what's in a little spot here, which is nothing. Everything I just pulled up there, the Elmo cookies, the A&W root beer, cotton candy, because it could be candy floss, but if it was the UK, it could be candy floss. The wheat thins, which I found only one, there can be only one, with Darth Vader on it. When I went to Walmart yesterday, they still had the green Minecraft vanilla milk, which essentially is also used at Star Wars Galaxy. Galaxy's Edge at Disney. It's more of a, it's not really milk either. It's icy. It's like a icy milk kind of thing, because it had a slushy. It was a slushy type of milk. I think it didn't taste like milk. It was more of a just covered slushies. Oh, we got blue milk, we got green milk. Okay. They never had green milk in Star Wars. They had it in Minecraft. But I did the minimal. I did the minimalizing for timescales, because it's very straightforward, and I like the way it looks. And for here, I just keep it as a bubble. I think I do the same thing for Spill the Geek Tea. Let's see, Spill the Geek Tea. So I did the green. We're going Star Wars, so gonna do black. Ooh, black's nice. But for next week's show is like, that's kind of weird. I just switch out the color schemes every once in a while. Where I'm at Spectrum is. I'm at, okay. Red's, I did the red before. Purple. The color of May, I don't know. Since there's now limitations on fonts, which I only did one time, played with it, thinking, let's do that for Spill the Geek Tea. Wrong one. I don't want to rename the brand. I just want to go back to Tasty Cake. But the minimal, let's get that whole. That's why I like the way it looks for timescales. It's like, but you know, if I want to say, hey, look at the boxes, I don't want to show them, so I'll go back to the bubble. The fill in. I don't like that. I just, and I use the circles because the bubbles, tiny bubbles in the wine. So little things just play with. Every time I double click it, it goes away. Where am I on again? On Tasty Cake? Okay, so I don't have... I showed that one. I don't need to have it on here anymore because that's for the other show. I have like 3 versions on the computer, try to shrink it down to fit on YouTube picture, and it keeps still be blurry. I don't get it. So I just have let's see what I got. How's that transparent? I don't know. That one's for the end show. So playing with the stuff is interesting. So you had a good point because you cannot right click on the songs and song files and download. Yeah. So I don't get is it's always had to be something so. Oh yes, he's on the phone. Yeah, I'll forget, but I'll remember later. No, because it's too soon to jump into Star Wars show. That's why with the planning on something like that, it's like I want to just, you know, I mean, I was when we used to record when I used to record the shows, I used to put them like, okay, I'm gonna put it in the studio and save it for later. It's like then I changed my mind and put up like a week later. But we already had the banners made, everything else. Like, you know, might as well do it. But I want enough time for everyone to say, yeah, hey, look, the Star Wars show's on. Who wants to be on the Star Wars show? I sent it to, I think I sent to Eliza. Maybe not. She's a big Doctor Who, big horror fan. So, like, it says she'll be hosting the episode of Ghost when she has time to do it. And listening to a podcast, she knows a lot about Doctor Who. And she likes Cybermen, which, well, when we actually speak. That was my original intent when I did my fan fiction. On the first timeline, I had a companion. It was based on the idea. The first Doctor Who movie, and the only one of the 2, and I was supposed to make the third one for myself. From the Guardians of the Gallifrey, we had a lone Cyberman. The helmet was like really, really wiggity whack. And the second one, I actually put on the outfit and I walked around. I didn't have the chest piece. I just had the suit, the boots, the gloves, and the helmet. So I walked around the Orlando Science Center as a Cyberman. So I actually got to wear the second outfit. And of course the helmet broke too afterwards. You keep props like that, you need to be... I may break my pop. I gotta love it. Gotta love the pops. Gotta have your pops. I may break my own props, but I don't leave them outside. That's all I'm saying. What was that sent to Mikey? What was that picture? Oh, this. Oh no, it wasn't sent. Mikey posted a picture of from the comic when He-Man went to space, and the computer says, "You are no longer Prince Adam. You are He-Man forever." And Skeletor was all badly wounded. He had to go in the other room, and he became... He didn't become the Space Skeletor. He became the Laser. So Laser Optimus Prime. I got Laser Optimus Prime, Laser He-Man, and Laser Skeletor, which Mattel's got to make those. Even though they're going to jack up the rates on us, we're going to probably pay $50 for a $20 toy. $25 toy. Gotta have those things. I sent it to Jay. So I sent the picture to Spill the Geek Tea on Instagram, created by Grego. I sent it to Jay, and I sent it to the toy crew. And when I posted that picture of those battle saddles, Organizer from Panthera Edition, which is on eBay, Mikey was first one to say, "Need Kenzo's creations to make these." LOL. Again, this was before. This is before I did all this, all these videos too. So I got every battle pack I need for all the variants of Battle Cat and Panther. And at the end, he sent me the little guns, and it fits right in the little slot. I said, "Oh, I need to order one more so you can send me another gun." No problem. So I got 2 red guns. They'll fit in the slot for Battle Cat, and so represent 2000X Battle Cat. So it has 4 little slots. I think like 2 holes and 1 you can slide into. I got to bring out. I'll use a camera to take the pictures of Skeletor and Panther. But yes, the Sunday show is not Star Wars Collectios. We do it week after, so everyone will know about it. No. I set it back the way it is because it's enough. Too much other things here and there. To be not even be silly on it. If I want to be really mean, I would do that to Legend of Trying Taurus, which would be fixed anyway. Because that picture of Christian going, I have the picture. It's under the picture is under. I'll come back to next comment. What was it? No, I don't do that. That's pretty interesting. Surprised Kenny didn't do that yet. Or Corey. Yes, as yeah. Not this Sunday. Next Sunday. I want to give people enough time to see who wants to come on the show. Since it's already Wednesday and say, "Oh, we got a Sunday show for Star Wars." No, I don't want to do it. I want to give advance notice on that. So I forget what I was doing. Was it the banners I was doing? No, it wasn't the banners. I can never get this right. I think it was under Spill the Geek Tea. Had to be under Spill the Geek Tea. Oh yeah, that picture. I put that picture on the Traveling Chartist. It was taken down. I still think it's hilarious. Someone told me to do it. I think it was Dave, so I did it. That's why I can say, yes, Christian's here. And here we go. The Gospel of the Candyman. I tried to find that last picture that I used. That's the Book of the Candyman. I couldn't. I saved the video so I can come back and use the same last of the letters scheme that we had there. It's on there, it just disappeared. So, the Gospel of the Candyman. Just to keep it, Grego's Gourmet. So I like that silly font, and Dave's not here, man. Paparazzo Dav. It's just hilarious. Spill the tea, you geek. Oh, yeah. Spill the tea, geek. And spill the tea, you geek. And what's the topic? So that'll be what I was saying. That's the first thing we're putting up. What's the topic? Well, I don't know. Unless we have a topic. I also kept the food bank, Feeding America, because that was important. The hot cross buns, because that was from Mark. Because it's funny. It just kept up because it's funny. And to keep up for Dave, Happiness Patrol 1 and 2. But I also keep the Dr. Seuss one. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. With the Winnie the Pooh, don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. With the poster, you know, let's see. So Oz will be gone. I want to put up Eliza because she was on one episode this year. Move Dave to the middle. Wait for Eldor to come in. Kenny's gonna do something. Corey hasn't said anything. He replied to my message about the star on the license, which I kind of baffled me because I didn't know about it until I looked at my license and said, oh, I do have a star on my license. I can travel anywhere I want to. But I think Pedro. Put Pedro next to Kenny. Turn his picture to a circle. And remove the Legend of Trying TARDIS if I get someone else in. Well, someone else has to come in. Mikey's going to come back, do some shorts, some videos. Jay's already been on this year, so he's included. But yeah, if I keep the Legend of Trying TARDIS, I want it like as small as can be. Just to say with a sister show or a spin-off, I don't know. Take off Legend of Trying TARDIS completely. And I'm thinking, I know. Don't say anything because, you know, things may pop up or something. That's what kind of, that's why the shoe went to 2 hours, you know. And then the sequel show, which doesn't get much any views, like the sequel show should have as many views. Well, here's some tea here. Spill. Make sure the cap's on. Spill! I'm spilling the tea! I'm spilling into my milk! Tea and milk? Actually, they do make that, don't they? So, because DJ Glowing Ice will appear 2 to 3 times, I may put him on the bottom, you know. Because Eldor's got the circle. And because DJ Glowing Ice appeared on Sunday, and since, yes, anytime we have a guest goes first. So it takes care of them. Yes. And when I should not be on, you know, you can be on a show too, and, you know, site be on site, you know. Like Kenny said, Kenny did the co-hosting, but the time thing. But we are going to be doing some videos here and there. He'll be talking about painting. Because I saw the figure. That She-Ra figure. She-Ra. And then last night I find, what am I doing here? I didn't take the picture down. I'm still in Spill the Geek tea. Yeah. Style, not style. Media assets, yeah. Let me get out of this banner and go back to Tasty Cake. Where is it? So good thing I did clean last night. But then I moved everything. I just write notes and stick them on the side of my bed. And I took cleaned it out. And I put it in front of the TV. And it just fell everywhere. Oh my God, I got so many freaking notes I need to type in the computer. I need to move everything away from my big screen TV in my room and away from the stereo cabinet, which has my DVD, Blu-ray player, so I can play Right Here, Right Now by Ghost. I watched some of it when they played it for the release of the album. I got these figures from Trash Compactor. The Force is with you. Escaped from the detention block. He sent me a card from a game. Okay. That's pretty wild. He sent me a Trash Compactor Star Wars sticker. He's in England, so it's very expensive. I got these little classic stickers for 3PO to put on the vintage ones, you know, because we never had that. And I had these loose parts, which I did not remember. These unpainted parts. of human Jabba. Someone cut up human Jabba. I didn't know where they were. I did not know where they were. That's beautiful. Kenny knows how to do that paint. And I had human Jabba here. I had a 3PO, which I did not know why. Oh, a 3PO, which he has an extra appendage on him. There's that one trading card which I got. He made the figure with the extra appendage. This is the cape and a gun for Boba the Fett, vintage Boba. Again, too much stuff. I lost 15 videos I could have done on the, like I said, it was Oreo wafers and other things and a lot of Reese's stuff. Then to find the box here is like, I was wanted to mail these out to Kenny to have these specially painted Star Wars stuff. I was supposed to do it even earlier, like last year, late last year, and it could have been prepared for May the 4th, which he could have shown off. Well, technically, if I find something for you, I'm going to send it. I'll send this so you can paint these for me, and I'll just PayPal you, of course. And you can show these off for next year. You can, if you want to keep in the studio, for a full year, or paint these off and say, these are for the Star Wars figures, or based on, say, this is human Jabba. The droid, which was seen on the cardboard back up from Sears, I missed that out. I missed on that exclusive through Hasbro Pulse. It was $65 for the Cantina backdrop, similar to the Sears one, which I destroyed, kid. And the painting style of what the figures were, it was $65 before the tariff charges hit. It's available in the UK at 64. Was it $65 here? 65 pounds. 65 pounds in the UK. So my brother said it was $87 before shipping. I said no, because he said when they get Star Wars stuff, in a couple months it drops because no one wants it, and they have no tariffs. Yeah, there was a card. There's a trading card from, and it looked like that. I had the card, and so he based it on that card that 3PO had a boner. So that's the hilarious thing about it. So something you can paint and take your time with, and just either wait for Star Wars Day to come up again, or just keep in the studio saying Star Wars figures for Tom and just play that afterwards. So 3PO with a boner, human Jabba, the droid from the Star Wars Cantina, from the Sears Star Wars Cantina backdrop, and Boba Fett's cape, just put on the vintage, gave him a nice wraparound cape, just be painted green or something, which I can do that, but it's all in there. And I was me picking, say, okay, I get the free shipping, but if I found it sooner, could have sent it out to you last year before the post office raised the rates for that whole seasonal crap, and it could have been shown on Sunday on your show, saying, "Oh, Star Wars Day, you had your thing shown there." Or if you said it beforehand, you could still done the video, and I could have shown it on Sunday. I can still show this on next week's show. I'll show next week's show saying, these are the things I found when I was cleaning during the Legend of Driving TARDIS. So eventually I'm going to send them off to my friend, moderator, and co-host, Kenzo's Creations to have painted. And when they come back, I'll probably show it off next year. I'll make sure I have them somewhere available that I can find them. Would I put 3PO with a boner right there next to my custom 3PO and the anime one? Probably, because that's freaking hilarious. R2, open up your port. Shut up and do what I say. Wah, wah. I tried to put Obi-Wan here, but because he has a base, it's all about that base. It won't fit. So I stuck him on top of the popcorn bucket. When my best friend got me that, I had no idea. So I may take that one down just for the, as long as nothing rattles around. I did go, Entertainment Earth to send me an email saying, "Oh look, we got the exclusive Funko Pop of the Green Ranger when he had the special painting on his helmet, which Jason liked. Jason David Frank liked that." So I went, okay, what else you got? You're out. You sold out of the Green Ranger from the 30th anniversary Green Ranger from the show. You have the Funko White Ranger from the movie. Okay. You have the Funko Ninja Megazord from the movie. I kind of like that one. I always thought it was pretty cool. It was unique. Well, the one in the movie, he held the sword, but in the show, he didn't. Because the way it was designed, so it's technically it's from the show, but they put the movie box on there. And the other one, all to get the free shipping and 10% off. I had a 10% off code because I subscribed to the one-time 10% off code from Entertainment Earth. And they had in stock the Megazord, where you flip over the head and you get the itty-bitty pops. So I had the little Red Ranger in there. So I have two now. I have the Megazord with the itty-bitty pop Red Ranger. And I have the Transformers Soundwave head opens, and there's a Rumble sitting in there as like a headmaster. That's my concept I wanted to do with the Combiner Wars. Which technically that's another job I can, well, we'll see what happens. If we're still around in 2027, we'll think about it. But I got to find all those pieces. I got to find the big thing to send out to Kenny. Go to the UPS. Talk about my one concept I want for the Combiners is my Defensor 2. Because the parts I got were from Shapeways. So how did he? Yeah, he had the same idea of how to do these things. Because there was a little little plastic toys that came with the candy in Japan. And you can combine the 5 to make Defensor. You had another one which you can make one style. And we had 2 extra pieces, 2 other characters are created. And you combine them together. One of them became a weapon. The other one became like another joint or something, or a headpiece, something weird. You can't do that with the Combiners, but way that Hasbro made it, you can, when they finally say, "We'll release this one dude," it's an ATV, because they did that. They had 4 separate characters for the main line. I said, "Why'd you do this for?" And I said one day, "Well, just use them with Cyclonus, make Galvatronus with all these different parts." And they did. I showed the picture and it went viral. But until they actually came out with the Motorcycle Groove, they had that part. So later they said, once you have this part, and with this one, you can make the special figure, which again, I could have put in Red Alert in the package and with the stickers and send it off to Kenny too. I didn't write it down, so. And shipping is what the hell's with shipping? I mean, things had to be sent out, and again, I had to. Kenny has to help me with all this stuff here, like exactly. It's I'm sending things out to everyone that needs stuff. I'm sending marks. I always have ideas. It's just getting them done. When I sent out the package to Greg, it was a bigger box, and I include a couple other things. It costs $19.15 through priority mail. It's like it costs as much as sending it to Hawaii, but it's the Cali. Like, what the hell? And then the next day when I sent the smaller box to Kenny, it was $16. And I don't know what it's going to cost to send the stuff to England, which it doesn't matter. Because, it's shipping. It's nothing can be done about it. Again, things that, mention that stuff on one of the videos. Because you got a lot of painting videos. But, again, these videos are also the painting videos because you have the uniqueness of that eye for combining colors. I love my mind. I have the ideas of doing this and that, but the actual doing things just it doesn't work for me. It's very difficult. And I know I said it earlier, sight beyond sight, if any show you want to pop up on for Spill the Geek Tea, we do it at 5 p.m. I had it at 6 p.m. I originally had it Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. Oh, we're both Eastern. Yeah. I forget, we're both Eastern. Yeah. And Tuesday night was Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. So it was The People You Know 2 nights in a row. Yeah, I'm going to... Hey, you guys give everything doing. Yeah. We try to keep it short. But then it was like, we filmed Sunday, so there's enough time for me to play around and do things. And so we showed the recording on Monday night, 6 p.m. The People You Know 2 nights in a row. But then, like, well, let's start recording on Sunday. Instead of just recording it Sunday, let's show it Sunday. Because I had a point of I just want to keep recording. We need to go live. Let me just continue recording for a while. Then we finally went on live. Then we backed a couple of recordings. That was 6 o'clock. So, okay. It's like Batman back in the day. When it used to be 2 nights in a row, then it was like Tuesday and Thursday afterwards. They separated it. It's like, why'd you do that? So Sunday, and then you can see me on Tuesday maybe. And then it was decided, let's put it to 5 p.m. So everyone in the UK has can adjust to the time change because the BST, British summertime change. And that's when I adjusted my shows. Because Mikey of Eternity and Royalty kept saying he wished it was back to earlier time when you can jump on. And Kenny did the same thing. But I was like, well, it was kind of staggering because Wednesday is like, when am I going to eat? And Saturdays, I get off work. And, I get off work various times. I get off work, the opportune time would be like 3 o'clock, but I decided set it 5 o'clock across the board. Catch me on the weekends and Hump Day, 5 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, Spill the Geek Tea. Wednesday and Saturday, Tasty Talk with Tasty Cake, because Kenny said that... why do you say that? I just posted that. Kenny said he wishes I put the other show with the title, but I messed up. I said, I'm not sure if it's on site still on here. Yeah, numbers keep flickering up there. But I said, well, let's keep it straight across the board. 555. 55. 55. It's just easier that way. 5 o'clock when you find me, but cool. Thank you, sir. But 6 o'clock, Tuesday nights for Legend of Traveling TARDIS. I try to give a higher number because the higher number goes last. I like to hear what people are saying first about things. So one discussion about Lucky Day, when you have this guy who's a podcaster and you saw him like, okay, he's trying to tell people the truth, okay, getting people involved, which I do. But then he twists it and say the government's hiding something. And I say, wow, you douchebag. Well, obviously, the government is hiding something. That's just a known fact, but that's the way it is. But they're going against units, taking advantage of a Ruby Sunday, as that's really your name. And then for the doctor to come out from whatever timeline he is in, and the guy says, well, you know about so-and-so. Oh, spoilers. Like, scumbag. So this doctor's from an earlier period, which I'm thinking from his appearance on last night is going to lead straight into the clip we saw in episode 1. Because he wore the same shirt. I remember that part. But as Mark said, we stand behind unit. Hashtag I stand behind unit, and hashtag hot taser girl. Let you know. Pretty much so. The boat's getting sort of warm. Yes, we know, because how did technology advance so fast? How do we go from 1920s when there's an electric car to 100 years later to get an electric car again, and then all this fuss and stuff? There was a video out there, I can show, a guy created something, a device that you can run your battery on, like water. Well, that's been said, water, but a device you plugged in and just lowered the miles per gallon, raised the miles per gallon, lowered the gas being used, and then you see these guys sneak into the car and take out the device. Stuff exists. We suffered from that last virus because it came from a lab. Scientists make viruses all the time. It's called chemical warfare. And most of the time there is a solution, but it's always tested on lab animals or people that are dying. Or a healthy person. Let's get a healthy person here, pay them all this money, give them the poison, and see if we can cure them. If they're cured, good. Now let's try another person. Let's give them the poison. Let's break it down to treating them. Oh, they're kind of getting better. Let's kind of getting better. Yeah, okay, there we go. So many things, but it's all about power, all about greed. So there's obviously a cure for cancer. There's a cure for everything, or close to being one. But we saw what happened. And at the time, someone ate bats. You lying sacks. Or somehow the bat got sick. No, the bat didn't get sick. Lying turds. Good people did perish. The earth did heal. People became bigger a-holes than ever. That was the sad part. People didn't learn. People never. When will they ever learn? They'll never learn. Now, the idea of now, is it the next pope, or is it the after the next pope will be the Antichrist? It still was never completely explained, because the next pope. I mean, next pope will be the Antichrist. No, the pope after the next pope. The guy said it within 2 sentences. He changed it to the next pope after the one that's being chosen, and they went through the whole spiel. The Antichrist. And the pictures of the popes are up to 2027. So the asteroid that was going to hit us has been breaking up, because it's the focusing. We were going to the new Earth. Was that video I posted on Instagram? That lady Dolores, very mindful, saying about we have to focus on the positive. We cannot focus on fear anymore. Was that Busey? Gary Busey? He'll take words and treat them as anagrams. And so he's like, well, fear is like fear everything and run, or face everything and something. Face everything and I don't know what the last word is now. But the other one is fear. Face everything and run, or face everything and something. I don't know. I can't remember these things. It turns everything into an anagram. Fear is the mind killer. This is what keeps us destroyed. Every time we say something bad, it's a spell. Bruce Lee said it. Shaolin monks say it. It's called spelling for a reason. You say something and it's bad. Some people have powers of do something wrong to them, and they say the words would be, something will happen to, because they did something wrong. So you do something to me, something bad will happen to, and it normally does. So the spells are truthful, but when the mind starts to go and everything else, like, why can't you say anything positive? You bring about negativity and bad things towards people, but why don't you bring any good things? It's not good to boast about jinxing people. So all I can say is, I'm sorry. I repent. As I'm sorry to who before. She didn't care. I honestly said to Dave and to Mark, I was thinking about asking her back to the show. Mark goes basically in his sleepy state of mind, take a step back and reevaluate. That's what he meant. Take a step back, think about it, reevaluate your thoughts, and before he got to that, I said, nope. I said, yeah. Dave, pretty much the same way. That's why they're on the show. That's why they're always... They know what happened. They know what happened on the chat. I deleted everything, took her out, and I brought Kenny in the chat. Just to fill my mind. I just kind of felt bad. They're like, nope. Yeah, my foot's not tingling, so that's a good thing. Because Pepper's fine, remembers. I turned the light off, so it's still kind of hot in here.
It's getting hot in here.
So look at all my scars. See those tasty vitamin pills do something about my skin. Because eggs cost too much right now. Do you know how you crack an egg? You don't crack it on the board. You drop the egg. Just drop it into the pan or the bowl, and then you pick it up. Then you with your fingers. And it's supposed to be shell does not come out. Everyone that did that, the shell did not break off. I did that, piece of shell broke off. How is it that it worked for everyone else but me? If that's the way it is, it's just the way it is. What the hell? He's talking about buttered sausage, where it comes from and what it does. Why does it do what it's doing? Get out of my face. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam, I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips. Someone calls me honey. It's like, It's like, Now I got another nickname. So I said it. So it's like, so silly. Warm fuzzy thoughts. So when I was doing the cleaning, I found, the dude that I bought the Vader from. The Vader, which I don't have loose on the card. It always got me. It's like, why did he do this for episode 4? Put the material over his armor. And the hologram one, which I'm still... The blue, yeah, it's fitting for a Jedi. It's fitting for a Jedi. But I like that prototype one, was all gray. Gray for Vader. The fabric on there is like soft goods. I was never really into soft goods. With Superman with the wire, sure. I got that bass. It's all about that bass. About that bass. About that bass. No treble. And this funky sign I had no idea about. How's it actually? I need to look online. What's the plastic thing there? This thing here, I have no idea what the deuce.
What's the deuce, Brian? What's the deuce?
I mean, technically they're already opened. I just don't know where to put them. And we're doing some of the snacks too. My chest started hurting again. Do some walking around tomorrow. Say tomorrow's Thursday. I'm stuck at the register. I can leave the register around may have like 2 hours afterwards. Do some stock. I thought about this today. I got my magnet. This is from my best friend, the one that's I accept why she broke up with me, but we're still friends. She went to Baltimore and got the little finger puppet Edgar Allan Poe because we both love Poe. Poe. Teletubbies. Teletubbies. I don't know. I have another magnet, but I don't know. I'd have to. I bought so many things to put up the magnet there. My Ron John's sign magnet. Tried so many ways of doing the thing. End up getting Velcro. So the Velcro stuck to the box. Then the other piece stuck there. Velcro together. Stuck to the box, stuck to the back, peel off, put the magnets on top of this Velcro, and I put the magnet piece on top of the 2 pieces of magnets. So it's stuck there, and I'm happy. But with glue and tape and piece of metal, it just didn't work. So it's the oddball thing, just process of elimination. So I have 2 more magnets, because there was 2 verticals and 2 round ones. What I had to get Velcro, I would have to get Velcro again to do that, because I just don't have a place to. I don't even have a place to put it. So I just keep Edgar Allan Poe on my stand there. And oh, I can't show this one on. That one asked me about later. I still haven't done anything since February. Chalkboard is, still said Easter. Say Sunday, Spill the Geek Tea, 6 p.m. Tuesday, Legends of Towers, 6 p.m. Live, 3 p.m. And Saturday, 5 p.m. So I was all over the board. Since February. I just haven't done anything. I just kept using the backboard for the magnet, right? So I got more magnets somewhere. I just can't find them all. Pac-Man, Disney, Snoopy. I have plenty more magnets. I just don't know what happened to them all. So I actually needed a bigger board. And this very nice magnet of Wonder Woman and Supergirl that I got off eBay. Very beautiful magnet of Wonder Woman and Supergirl. It's getting hot in here. Put the new old style wheels on this thing and it ain't working. Oh, put rollerblade wheels on there. Yeah, those things will slide every damn place. So I still got this ball thing I got from Target. 141 pieces. I have no idea what it is. This could be one of 6 items, and I like all 6 items. I mean, a TV, an Apple computer, a Polaroid camera, a boombox, which I have the same thing, a telephone, or an arcade game. I mean, it's like, whew. Could be anything. But I want to do a video on it. I don't specifically say, Zuru Max Retro Collection. Show the picture. So it's either going to be it's going to be a TV with rabbit ears, an old Apple type computer, an old boombox, which looks just like mine, except it has 2 antennas. Polaroid camera, which is an older one, which I never had. A red telephone, which I had a green one with the dial. Yep. And Alien Invasion arcade game. So if I knew how to get the other ones, I would. So, what? Oh, that was the last one. The butter sausage code. Let's talk about butter sausage. Where did it come from? What is it? What is it? What it does? Why does it do what it's doing? Get out of my face. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey and I kiss it on my lips. I'm Gary Busey. What was he on? He's in. And is it just an act because just trying to get attention? Because he was normal once.
She may be ugly now, but she was somebody's baby once.
Velcro fly. Kind of remember that. Of course you would know. It's easy top and everything. So I will, if there was a way of finding out what these, besides going on eBay, say, oh, it's this one. And it's like, you want that much for it? Screw you. I'll just buy one every so often, see what it is, and then sell on eBay until I find the one I want. Which I'd love to get all 6. That's pretty cool. I like all 6 of these pieces. They're pretty awesome. I don't think let's see, top of the hour. Yeah, it's the top of the hour. Time for Kenny to go, and I think that's about it. That's all I have today. That's all I have to say. I don't feel like doing the TV display yet either. I mean, it's already May. I may do the April display, take the pictures. Do the May display, take the pictures. Do the June display, take the pictures. Just because. Only thing I put up there was a droid, R2 Bunny. So I know this. I'm going to my room. I'm going to get the stickers and Red Alert A red alert. Red alert. First aid. First aid. Put them together. And so next time I send out anything, it's probably later in the year. So it'll be Transformer I want painted. Oh, if I can find the other parts too, because those are the other parts for the combiner. Yeah, that'd be great too if I can find the other parts too. So maybe I'll wait. There's no rush in it. Because for Star Wars parts, Star Wars figures, turning first aid into medics, so my combiner will be complete, and requesting I'm going to send you the part I have right now with it. I already have one open. I have one in the package, so I can either way. Just I take them out of the package anyway. So send first aid with the stickers for medics. Send the parts which I will request to have 3D printed in a transparent darkish blue, probably TARDIS blue, because probably not the bluish purple, probably 1980s blue. There's a shade of blue, like my folder blue, like the box of oh, I know. Well, there's pictures of it online too. Something like the box of
Hummmp.
kind of like that blue, but it's a little more transparent. That goes in line with the convention figure, and also because he would be blue hand, and the other dude has a red hand, transparent. So like, because to do my protector bots, which should be the two customs, because I got the parts for it, and turning the red one blue to match another scene, another combiner. So that's 3 there, 3 paint jobs there. But that is, if I can remember to find those parts. So like, yeah, another box would probably be a complete box. I mean, there's another big box. It's that figure. Just take your time doing it. Because again, I forgot about it. Well, at least I can grab first aid and the stickers for medics, put them together. So at least I have that there. Then find the rest of the pieces later. I still got to dig through the other room for that other things. Separate all my Master of the Universe parts again. I have them separate to bad guys and good guys, and I just dumped them all together in a big plastic bucket. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Eliza, dear Eliza. And then we work on things like the False Gods, Superman, which I like that. I kind of like that. And the Superman, Batman, his armor. That's nice, but it's on one of them. There it is. That Vampire Superman, which I already have 2, because I didn't know I won the second one for a lower price. I didn't know I was going to win it. And I don't want to take it out of the box. I'm thinking he's going to go. Probably would. If I became a vampire, all I had to do is drink blood. I'd still be a daywalker, just dragging on. As I'd rather sleep during daytime anyway. I like sleeping. Clear out my kidneys too. At least I know what the poster is. So DJ, what's his name? Pedro, hello. I'm doing fine. I'm about to end the show because Kenny's got to jump onto he's got to prepare for his show, and I got to find some pieces to send to him in the near future, which would be which would have fit into the box if I had everything ready in the first place. So I'll send a little smaller box afterwards. But Greg has sent out that email to the DJ dude, so that'll be fine there. I can put him on the poster because Pedro's picture will be Pedro, your picture will be next to Kenny. I'm moving Katie over to put Dave in the middle. I put Eliza on the left. Kind of fitting because it was Greg that interviewed Eliza, and it's the Candyman who always calls Katie. What did he call Katie? I have my YouTube page up, but I'm not gonna give Katie that nickname. Well, she liked being on the show. She talked to Faith about it. Just as she does her TikTok videos on a Sunday. Oh, there's more Transformer parts, which I think I bought. Still not done my memories of Facebook. Jesus Christmas. But, so, move Dave's picture over. Katie over to the right. Eliza's on the left. Pedro, your picture be to the right. Underneath Katie. Next to Kenny. And probably DJ, the DJ man, will be on the far left. Leaving Jay and Mikey the way they are. So that works out as a new poster. If there's any other people, then the poster will be changed. But as far as I know, that's how it's going to be. I don't know about Allison coming on, what she said. I don't know about Allison. She asked me, did I have a script? And I said, yes, do. She hasn't mentioned anything since. She's going back to her drawing. So I still retain the figure on my shelf. What is it? Wow, Patreon. Wow. Yeah, some things I should know. You had to be careful what you say because they get you in trouble. I attest to that. I never learned from that. See, but usually when a customer's rude to me, I will be rude back because I don't like that stuff. That's what usually gets me in trouble. But it's as I say, there was a term you got to think before you say something. Easy for me to say because I'm a preacher. Just do as I say, don't do as I do. But so that's how I'm gonna do the poster. So happy so far. We are in May, and DJ Cool will come in. Yes. If there's any changes, I can always shrink the pictures down. I had that dream of my other one. I had everyone on there except for the one dude, which I think is quite himself. So he never returned. But the one from Sunday, he's come back. I like that. And then maybe another. So we'll see. Posters have to change. I wanted to change all the time. I want something to retain. But now knowing that I got more people, I still want to do what I need to do. Okay, so that's it about it. That's not your fault. That is not your fault or your problem whatsoever. You know, that's... You don't... You know... That's the thing, too. You didn't approve, which most of us wouldn't. It's like, you're showing off a gun on a stream? No. That's like... that's not copyright infringement. That's the word I was trying to think of. Infringement. That's... anyone can watch this thing. When I was on Patreon, people paying to watch a show, Now, since I do not know this person, I will say exactly what you did. But from the outside point, that's facial expression. Why show off a weapon on a stream? That's a personal thing. That's since I don't know this person, still, that's not. Yeah, if it threw you off, that's it threw you off. That's honest reaction there. You didn't know. Some people would be like, then you get other types that would just go, oh, no, she didn't. And I hate everyone, so this makes sense. Like I say, hey, he didn't. I don't care. I hate everyone. That's my general rule. You have to make me like you. Facial expression. One thing is saying you protect yourself, but why do a video on that? I mean, you just mention you protect yourself. You have, I said, well, I would have gone with, well, if it was me, I would say I'm trying to protect myself, so I purchased, something, and even mentioning the name of it, saying, but why show it off? Yes, exactly. It's like there was when Madonna was married to Sean Penn, and she did the song "Live to Tell." I think the movie was Out of Range, and the movie clip was there was Sean and there was another guy sitting next to each other, and the guy on the other side of the table, the other guy's eating, and he pulls out a pistol and it lays on a table, and Sean and the other guy are like, what? Huh? What? So I never saw the movie, don't care to. The song was great, Live to Tell. So Madonna got really whackety whack. Was it when before she got really whackety whack. Even when she got really whackety whack. I tolerated some things, but then I was like, now as they call her, a super cougar, because she's dating someone like someone's like 40 years younger than she is, and this thing and that thing, like, disapprove. Then when she got the Botox or something, she's a little poofy faced, weird wackety whack. Yeah, exactly. It's just, and me, for me, I just kind of, I understand your reaction. That's perfectly, I understand it, and I agree with you 100% on that. It shocked you by seeing something like that happen. It's like, who does that? Show it on a stream, like, just mention the fact, and you go tap tap tap. I would have been like, well, I'm trying to protect myself, and I got this thing, tap tap tap. Not gonna show it on screen, but like tap tap tap, and just like a little, as like you're saying, oh, look at that. Oh, no, you can't see it. Jokingly, you just don't go, hey, look what I got. And like you said, you're on a date, and all of a sudden, the song by Ringo, no, I don't, no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please. It only makes me sneeze, and then I find it hard to find the door. It's like, oh, try some of. Look what I got here. I got a bottle of urine. I'm gonna drink it. Like, what? Why was she trying to get a shock value out of people? I mean, but but why did she? I just don't understand it. It's the mentality of some people. I mean, yes, it's not a toy though. You know, I'll show off toys and candy and all these things. I'm not gonna say, hey, look at these videos I got, because we know those things exist. You know, showing off. If I showed a Megatron, but there's the stickers on there, or if I take, say, here, look, I got the re-release of Megatron. And you can tell because the box, and it has like the old-fashioned way, because it had a little pellet, a little plastic, you know, pew, 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 that you could put in there and go click, 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 and it pops, shoots out there. But you don't want to do it because you want to keep it mint in the box. You know, so this was not even Megaplex. It was Megatron re-release based on the original one from Japan. So you can break off and put in a, but you don't do it because that lowers the value, and those pieces are gone. So you try to find the reproductions on it. So you just take out Megatron and go, and not blow a hole in your TV set. Or, you know, like OnlyFans thing, I got the girls with the big things there, and they go, you know, you don't show things like that. You show things that say, oh yeah, she's understandable how she feels about the insecurities and stuff, but that's not your fault at all. That is the fault of, I would say, user error. That is user error, because someone else watches. Wow, look at that hair. I'm using Spartan hair to regrow my hair, and it's all freaking gimmick. What hormone pills I can take to regrow my hair and clear my skin up? I'm not going another route or anything. There's nothing wrong with that, because I care about what my friends do. I just want to clear skin. I always want my hair back. I want my teeth to not go glung, 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 glung. I always carry a brush after you eat something, because you never know when the food particles get stuck in there. That's why people use those stupid floss things, and they drop them on the ground. They hold them in their mouths. Like, you disgust me, people. They get those floss things hanging in their mouth, and they toss them on the ground, like they used to do with the gloves and the mask, like parking in the fire lane with the blinkers on. I found my one thing is that you suck at parking. I printed them off at work. I only found a couple. I don't know where the rest went. Earlier, I cleaned that drawer again because I got full of stuff. I don't know why. And the other drawer's full of stuff. I don't know why. And just have them ready and just stick them on someone's car. They want, hey, someone put a "you suck at parking" piece of paper on the back of my windshield. Well, you are parking in the fire lane, so obviously you suck at parking. Oh, that was the other one. I was at Krispy Kreme yesterday. Big parking lot, right? Someone decides to park right next to the building, which like 3 feet away is like no parking. Same thing at Walmart, no parking, fire lane. They don't care. They're going to get away with it. But why are you parking on the side there with the blinkers on when all you could do was turn right into the parking spot? No, you want to park right there next to the building because you're too lazy to walk 1, 2, 3, 7 steps to your car that way instead of 7 additional steps to your car to the right, but you want to park in a no parking zone with the blinkers on to get your freaking donuts. That's the whole. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that part. I didn't even think about pointing it to the screen. That would have been extremely stupid. But to actually show it on screen, like, this is what I got. Like, look, hair trigger. It's got dandruff on it. That was just. It is. I mean, yeah. In my opinion, you had the perfect reaction. No matter what you had, because anyone else, if someone was, had emotional American, had a, let's see how I say this. I mentioned it before. I was walking down the aisle. I'm nicely dressed. The grocery manager doesn't. Girl comes up to me and says, "When did you change your signs?" I said, 15 years ago. It's like, Oriental. Why do you keep it Oriental foods? It's offensive. I said, why do you say it's Oriental? That's offensive. I said, I'm Oriental and I'm not offended. She goes, and I'm walking towards the stockroom door. Saying, isn't that for like furniture or something? It's Oriental foods. There are Asian people that still say Oriental people. Asian people, Oriental people. But it's always, and I spoke to my assistant manager. He said, yeah, he sees it as for food or furniture, but people said, I don't care. It's like the Scottish don't care either. Oh, a bunch of, we're not offended. The Scots, the Irish, they're not offended. They don't care. It's like people are just inconceivably ignorant most of the time. Nope, it's getting worse. It just gets worse and nothing's done about it. When just the basics, school comes in, we have an account with you, so tax exempt, an account for like $500. They pay the bill, and they're loaded up with cupcakes, a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen. Let's go as high as 5 dozen. No, definitely 4 dozen at one time. They're buying these cakes and cupcakes for the students to get them hyped up so they pay attention in school, because their attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and trying to keep them from learning things, keep them to try to learn, keep them stay awake, and keep them. And then when they get home, they're like, oh. And yet it's these teachers that are also causing kids to have diabetes, type 2 diabetes, because everything is full of sugar, full of high fructose corn syrup. That's the fault of the school board allowing this to happen. Like, we just want them to pay attention to school, so we give them sugar on the high, and then they go home and be all hyper. Or they crash. During the middle of the day, it's like, oh, give them another cupcake. Yeah, you're causing them to have diabetes. And eventually, the shots and this and that. And doctors' bills, like, well, we need to test on you. That's more money. People that don't have insurance, blah, blah, blah. Look what's happening here. The fault of society. The one that got triggered because she saw Oriental foods as a sign. The teachers that give cupcakes and candies to their students to keep them awake and to pay attention. People that, the unlisted video I did, that are these they're getting, now I just say fraud. I sometimes still say my tax-paying dollars, because these food stamps, people have $800, $900, $1,000 left in food stamps. They don't deserve that. People that don't work don't deserve it. People that work and can't afford it because they don't get the hours they need. Yes, that's why it's called supplemental income, not a primary income for these people that are on their smartphones and drive those fancy cars. No matter what region is, different types of people, it's still fraud. Everything that Orange Man has and Nazi Boy, stretching my arm, have done to fire people off, what? They're spending more, and they're spending more cost to it. And it's just about power. It's just simply about power, and that's the problem with the whole thing. Yes, I mean, that's why I stand behind last night's episode. Last week's episode. You didn't like it, some others like it, but this was based on what happened over there. You know, UK, they don't have the freedom of speech like America does. Or you have a good kid. But around here in the South, they come to my store. Well, that's the thing. In the South, that's the thing. Like you told me about this before, how it's a regional thing. And it's also a regional thing because these teachers coming by and say, well, what's the phone number for the account? I don't know. You come in here, you don't know the account number, and you want it for free because you don't want to pay for it, because school's going to pay for it, and eventually the kid's going to pay for it. But here, remember, my manager put a check mark in the box in a system and made Pez available for food stamps. Pez, it's a plastic device. It's candy inside. We should just sell the piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Not the Pez. Food stamps should not have the ability to pay for $30 birthday cakes and bags of soft drinks and chips and cookies, you know, but they do. Before that, it was allowed people go to restaurants and use food stamps to pay for their food. Where's the tip? Well, I pay my food stamps. I don't have any money. Well, so they outlawed that. But here, they do. I've never seen that in my life. I never knew about food stamps in my life. You know, when you go to a Publix or TG&Y, you had the stamps. You had the S&H green stamps. You spend the money. Here comes the machine. You put them in the book. Then you go to the shop and you go, what's available that you can get with how many green stamps you got? So we weren't rich. My dad worked his damnedest. My mother eventually did, just to make some money on the side to buy her stuff, you know. But S&H green stamps, going to books. I hadn't been in TG&Y one time, but it was always, we went to Altamont Springs, which is like a 2 hours. There's the Publix, and then the separate little shopping section. There's an S&H green stamps. I looked at all the different, you know, we need 5,000 stamps for this one, 50,000 stamps for this one. That's what it was. And also back in the day, food stamps was on, found out was on, you know, paper, so people just sell them off. But now it's all cards. People just activate in the system, type in the phone number, and then they call up to, what's your PIN number? Boo. So, fortunately for Kenny, son doesn't have that. I never had it either. So between Florida and Rocky Mountain High, but in Middle Child Syndrome, Georgia, they do that. And you see the derelictions that come through here. I mean, we're the only one grocery store in the middle because Fart Valley is so. I went through there trying to get through there to go to Andersonville to the Civil War place and the museum and the cemetery, and then go further down to go see Jimmy Carter when he was still alive, kind of thing. But Fart Valley, oof, that was a big city, and I got lost in there. The woman, the mail at the post office was nice. It's like, wow, you're here, and everything else is so. They had to shut down big name stores because it was so derelict. It's between Fart Valley and Murdertown. In The Walking Dead. If you ever saw the poster, I got the poster. I got that from Walmart in Macon. The star of where the everything was, that location for the zombies, is Macon. I didn't see Macon written on there. It's just that name for the city in The Walking Dead. It said Byron. Had mine. I mean, oh look, My little town there's right there. We're a city, but we're still a town. It's where the Battle of Byron took place, you know. And I told Bobby you should get some. Anyway, me being facetiously truthful. But I always wanted to hang up that poster saying, see that right there? That's where I live. I live near where the zombies were created. Because there are a bunch of brain dead people up there. Especially when UPS sends my package to the distribution center, then send it back to Target, which I could have sent that record out to the UK and gave the CD to my work bestie because it was free. And I would give it to those who had needed it, you know. But no, the retards sent it back to Target, and Target said, keep. Oh. But at the UPS store, they're nice to me. One of them calls me babe. It's like, I wouldn't, you know. She's nice and everything. But when the big dude with the earring says the same things, that's two things, you know. I just know. Well, one thing I would be fine with. You know, a beautiful woman's fine, but you know, not. You know, beautiful women are beautiful women. It's, you know, simple as that. You know, they have no. Oh, you know, any beautiful woman's any beautiful woman. Simple as that. I was. But not, no. No. So, Florida, not from when I was there. And fortunately, with Kenny, not when you're there. Your boy's learning and not being turned to a diabetic. Yeah, that's just disgusting. So can we blame everything here, everything there? Like, fix the fridge. Mine needs to be fixing too. The ice maker's not making solid cubes. The new fridge. And it's a Frigidaire. It's a freaking Frigidaire. This would be like it's our second refrigerator in 20 years. They don't make things like they should be. It's disgusting. Okay. Anyway, so it's getting up to 3 hours. Kenny's got to go soon. I got to make sure this box and pull out, zip. First aid with the stickers, put them together, and eventually I gotta have my pops. Monday, not planning on going anywhere. Tuesday, we're going to Sam's. Tuesday is Sam's. That's more. It's in Macon, but it's south. It's going on the left side of the interstate where it splits off from 75 to 475. So going to that Walmart and look around. We can stop at that Cracker Barrel. There's no Target anymore. No GameStop anymore. But it's going to Sam's. So we go to Sam's, take care of things, and even go to the other Walmart, which is another 15 minutes away. Not even. That was and that's where I found Moss Man, the only one Moss Man. But then they decided not to carry any more Masters of the Universe figures. So that's what kind of ticked me off. But since I haven't been there in 6 months or more, we can go over there, see what they got. I may stop at I don't need to stop at my Dollar Tree. We may stop at the one Dollar Tree I was a manager at, because it's right there next to Walmart. But not the other one. Don't really need to. And all cards are still all cards are still $2 for $1 or $1.25. I thought they all wiped them all out. I didn't pay attention. The dollar cards are now $1.25. But the $2 for $1 cards are still there, so. But since I did not go North Macon, that stopped me from going to Barnes & Noble from getting an album there. So I got from Vertigo vinyl, I got the limited 1500 one of 1,500 albums of Skelta, and Hot Topic doesn't have a record section; it had to be ordered online. So at the same time, I went on Hot Topic and ordered the bone-colored vinyl, which was a decent price too. So now I have 4 vinyls, 4 different colors, 4 Skelta, 1 CD, no cassettes. Eliza got a cassette. She doesn't have a CD player. It's like, get one for the computer. Just plug it in. But I don't remember saying that. But she has a CD player. She has a CD player in her car. But she also has a cassette. It's like, wow. The cassettes bleed. Like Alice Cooper said, only women bleed. But I wouldn't get a cassette. Even though it was the shine. Oh crap. Try to get to something and pull out a hair. Dang it. She got a cassette. Okay. If that's what you like, my dear, you got a cassette. My cassettes were... Jesus Christ, my hair's falling out. Gotta use more tea tree oil. Take care of my scalp. Yeah, going from vinyl to record onto a tape, so you play on your tape deck, and then they're cheap enough to make new ones now. The vinyls are like $30 or so at Walmart, and like, why didn't I pay over $30 for a record? Not for any of the 4. So, and 2 of them are limited edition. They're all limited edition, but 2 of them, one's limited to 1,000, one's limited to 1,500. One's through Target and one's through Hot Topic. So I have 4 versions. Now to figure out, Kenny will show me how to do the song thing for the next 2 albums when I get them together. But that's it. That's well, let's check one more time here. Delete. Your phone's a Cyberman. Yeah, texting. It's pretty much, I think. That's what I get from. But as Pedro said, your reaction is perfectly fine. I mean, Americans versus UK, that was the original concept of the Tasty Talk. That was between Mark and I. And then anyone else who's from, US, Canada. We still bring that up on still bring that up on Spill the Geek Tea, because it's collaboration of what is it, but there's nothing we can do about it. People are people, so why should it be you and I should get along so awfully? Depeche Mode, people. Depeche Mode. Someone wants to show off this. People want to walk around grocery store in their pajamas and would bring their dogs in there. They're dressed in pajamas using food stamps with their smartphone, the 5G. Hope they get cancer from that. Did I say that out loud? They're driving their fancy ass cars with music blaring all the way for everyone to hear, and we don't care about what they're hearing, and zooming off, and cops don't do anything about it. They're parking the fire lanes well. I don't have my ID. Well, screw you. You're not getting in. It's not like it was a toy, not like showing all the stuff. It's like, but to show a weapon on there, like, but what is there a close difference in showing off a knife? No, this is a knife. Look at the nice knife I got. But the people are going to get offended. People are in shock, say. And there's 2 types and 1 type, Like, I'd be in shock of saying, like, why are you holding that up on the screen? Say, okay. But for me, with dealing with people in retail, yeah, you can't say anything. It's their choice, but exactly. Don't show off a weapon on a screen. Anyone can watch this thing. But now it's stuck through a Patreon. Well, that's as it is. Like, what the? No, that's. Specific channel, and say, oh, look, this is a gun channel, this is a knife channel. Yeah, fine, that's set and ready. But to say this, you saw you say that I have it, like, blink, blink, that's what it is. And show maybe the top of it, show the back of it, but not to go, hey, look what I got. No. The mentality of people just, no. I agree with you 100%. Your reaction is valid. Mine is, I see that you wouldn't tell because I just know from keep it. For me personally, I just keep that blank slate because I deal with it too much. Exactly. That's, a Patreon exclusive. What kind of you don't know what I'm thinking. That's why I don't have to say it. And I just scratched another zit off my arm and now it's all red. I took a shower. It's gonna burst anyway. I'm just making it burst sooner. That's because I had the one on my eye, If I didn't scratch that thing, then of course the last time I got the scab got bigger, and I said, "Oh crap!" I didn't mean to do that. I just meant to clean out the gunk in my eye, and so I was able to leave it alone. I just very carefully go around the edge, not around the scab, and then thankfully within a couple days of not thinking about it, the scab fell off and the skin healed up. So, but otherwise, if I didn't do that, it was puffy. I kept blinking, and it's like there's that pressure, so I just went and just, that's revealing enough. But it's, me. I like picking it. You're not wrong. I say you're not wrong for it. Yeah, it's not even that. It's people, the way they do things, and like you say, you tell the type of people who go into these places, Publix, high end, everything expensive, so you're all dressed up. You go to Winn-Dixie, probably like a family thing, just generically. Then you had Walmart, Winn-Dixie had this literally the picture of a black woman who's pregnant, wearing bikini, holding up two guns, because that's how the Winn-Dixie became. And then you hear on the news, like, this happened in Winn-Dixie, that happened in Winn-Dixie, it just got worse. And then you get Walmart, it's like, you're not going to see people like that, but you see people like, I don't go to Walmart. Say, well, you act like you do. And then the employees, I'm looking around and say, where am I again? What kind of music are they playing right now? Then you go to Target, like, the different types. Yes. And there was no good reason to show that. Just had to implement. Just go, yeah, I got some right here. Can you hear it? As I look, that's it. So that's, that's why I got to protect myself. Don't even go flashing all over the place, No, that's wrong. And then to say, put on Patreon. Well, this one, there's a Popka. I didn't know about this. So my former assistant manager, and still friend, he said in the Popka, it's all gang related. I said, wow, really? So, yep. Like another city in Colorado. Thankfully away from a friend of mine. But I saw on the news, like, what? How did they get up there to Colorado? I mean, watching Dog the Bounty Hunter, yeah, and when he would go transfer back and forth between Colorado and Hawaii, chasing after bounties and everything, bail tickets, drug use. But how did that happen up there? Because everything from Florida just came up. Orlando is. And there's cameras. There's traffic cameras, even worse, or just as bad. Just as bad. There's traffic cameras in Orlando. Besides those that But then again, it's also New York. When so and so went to the food bank there, and they were insulted because she couldn't speak Spanish. Like, she has a learning disability. It's like me. I can't learn another language because it's very difficult trying to remember. Well, maybe if it's, like Babbel, like most people could just use Babbel and understand like that. Yeah, I can easily pick things up that way. Not by saying, oh, the present pluperfect participle, like in Latin, all this crap. Like, can you just teach me how to read? Why does that mean like? Then the joke on Monty Python's Life of Brian, when you're trying to spell out everything, and it's like, no. The past pluperfect. Like, that was hilarious. That's what we did in Latin, all that crap. It's the teachings of people, and that's the sad part. It's just sad reality. But you don't show and tell right then and there. No. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. It's after 8 o'clock. Kenny's gone. Kenny's got to start a show in an hour. I got to do some stuff. Then make a comment. Then jump on the tablet, fall asleep while he's gone there. So come back on, it's like, but it's 11:35. I missed the show, and now I got to put on some meditation music, which should be working, but obviously it doesn't work. But so I got to keep positive. Keep positive. Comedy Central. The teachings, no matter what. Blaming. Every generation blames one before. Well, obviously so. Because if the UK can have knives and acid and put people in jail for the rights of speaking their minds, very, very old-fashioned kind of thing. To the US to just flaunt weaponry and all these other stupid things. It's not really a societal thing. That's the word, right? Societal. If not, I claim it. Is the way people are. People of power. People of power, the lower class, and the middle class just fading away to nothingness. So that's all they want. They just wanted the two-party system and the two societal system. The poor, the rich and the poor. That's all they want. There's no need for a middle class anymore. Work hard for these people to do absolutely nothing, and let everyone. I say, remove all the warning tags and let people deal with themselves. If they want to be stupid, fine, go be stupid somewhere else. Nope. No gun safety classes. I honestly, when I was at a gun range and I wanted the semi-automatic instead of just using the whole clicker, which I should have, my first time, and my fingers aren't that strong, so I accidentally shot the wire. They charge money for that because one time some dude came in and shot every single cable on purpose. So mine was just, so I couldn't pull it, and then went up and I shot the cable by accident. And then I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then my thumb was too high, and it went. Yeah, still, the thing slid back and sliced my finger open, and I was bleeding everywhere. Bled on the gun. They took a wire brush, cleaned off the gun because Then I hold your thumb over the garbage can. Bleed everywhere. Don't bleed on the floor anymore. And It's like, sorry, they never held a gun before. I never held a gun. It's like, So it was my ex-best friend's fault for taking me to a gun range and knowing that I never held a gun before. I mean, trying to go with semi-automatic when she just went with the whole classic pistol thing. So I want to be like, I'm super cool. And like, no, it was very hard. It was not a hair trigger with dandruff. It had no finger pressure. I had to go to hospital, and they put a butterfly bandage on my thumb, which now has a shape of a lightning bolt on the side. Flash. So it healed. It just broke the skin, bled everywhere, but still, I wasn't in shock. Something like this happening to me, I was an emotional wreck. I was a 15th doctor. Couldn't control my emotions because I had no idea how to stop. Been hurt all these years, and I didn't have the mentality to know these things, right? So I will not handle it. A transformer, one thing. A plastic one, which I had to paint because I couldn't find Megatron for the scene, so I had to paint one up silver and use it as a prop. Oh, because I lost Megatron. I don't know where I put him. And then I gave it to my best friend, so that's part of his costume, because he was a bounty hunter that had guns. You could tell it was a toy, but otherwise it could look like it's matte painted. I don't know how to say the words anymore. Still, yeah. No. Wow. No plates and other things thrown, but no. Yes, that's you kids get off my property. Get off my front lawn. No, see, it's the old ways, with a shotgun like this, and then thugs with guns, but for a regular person to hold it, no. You don't flash anything like that. I mean, in all honesty, and for to be put on a Patreon page, to people to pay to watch them, no. I'm holding back. I'm scratching myself while I'm holding back, just saying no. I'm gonna bleed out of my fingers and say no, because of how disgusted I am by what that is. I would honestly report them for showing off, saying, yeah, this is not appropriate, for you to be blocked, like, because they're offended for showing off a weapon. No, that's BS. Then to stick a Patreon thing on there so people pay to watch them. How self-entitled are they? What kind of serious, self-entitled, knuckle-dragging, dirt-eating, inbred, redneck, tree-swinging, did I see inbred? Swamp twats would do something so damn stupid like that? Just because I show a weapon and you got offended by me, that offends me that you got offended by me because I showed something I want. I'm gonna stick it on a Patreon page and people are gonna pay me to watch my show. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah, that's me. That's being truthful. I held it back long enough. That's garbage. These are people that watch, Kardashians and stuff like that. Watch rich people take advantage of poor people. No, it's utter ignorant stupidity. I do not like that. That's why when Dave and I gave a high review, is that the bad guy was getting what he deserved and still didn't get all that he deserved. So he's coming back. So hopefully then between the next couple episodes, just piff off, because we want to see people like that who cause problems gone. That's why we support the episode. We stand by unit. Hot taser girl, hot taser lady. I forgot what tagline is. It's the people of garbage like that push stupid things, and they're getting all these ratings, all these high numbers. Like, no. We watch to see that they get punished, that they get what they deserve. It's a sad reality, but it's better than standing with them. Then go, oh yeah, he was wrong. Well, Dingleberry was wrong for supporting the a-hole. But the Dingleberry doesn't want to say that they're sorry. He's like, yeah, you did something wrong. I'm going to go on and find someone else that's so similar to that person. Maybe they'll show a gun on their stream. No, that's garbage. Absolute trash. And I do not like people like that at all. So let's end this soon. We go down the river. Head down her. I swear I left her by the river. I swear I left her safe and sound. But for people to pay to watch that, simple as that. Simple as that. I need to calm down, because sadly, that's society. Not just US, not just UK, Canada, it's the world. The world society, and that's why aliens say, why should they come down here, wait for the humans to destroy themselves before they come over and take the rest of them for slavery and use the planet for resources and eventually destroying the planet. Because they know that how humans are stupid. They can't get things straight forward. They can't do anything right. And that's what's sickening about it. So let me just zoom up here, because I'm trying to remember everything except the banners. Okay, so, Spill the Geek Tea, since I keep that banner up anymore with this show at the Reverend Amagon. So I guess I don't have to put www, but it's... Yeah, I don't do that on there, do I? I think when I have it... Oh, it worked for Dave, though. For Dave, it's HTTP. He didn't put www, so I don't know. I'm kind of confused. It just, it's YouTube. Gray goes on here. Mark's been on here. Dave's not here, man, but I'm sure he'll be here on Sunday and promote his new show coming up. Pedro's here. Kenny's popped in. Talked about pop music. Pop music. I did talk about... So I didn't use any banners or anything else. I was flipping back and forth. Get off the banners. Get back to... Thank you, Ramona, for popping in. Thank you, Sight Beyond Sight. That's hilarious. Again, if I post on Instagram. You go to my page and also Spill the Geek Tea page on Instagram. Something wrong every time I click on it. I can't get the pictures coming up. Mine works fine, but that one just doesn't work. But you want to come on and we do the recordings. We're same East Coast. I scratched myself. You want to come on? Spill the Geek Tea? We're just two talking about stuff. So anything you want to talk about? Because you're talking Motu Cats. So if you want to, like Kenny, Kenny has his show open on Friday Night Insomniacs. He does. He's a part of Oz's show on Saturday night, which Oz doesn't have time to be in my show anymore. But he was on twice. But he doesn't want to be anymore. I said, what about this? No. Okay. Thank you anyway. Yes, listen to Army of Lovers. They're a great band from the 90s. They're still going on. 3MR, and they've aged. But still Army of Lovers. So let's see. Mark, I said Mark. Mentioned showed Pedro up there on his banners. Let's see if anyone else may have popped in besides. Anything else I may have missed? I don't think I did. It is shameful about that. Patreon. How is it people are paying to watch two people talk? That's Patreon. Like, they're not getting anything back from it. I mean, it's not like they're falling in love with them. It's like, oh, you're so beautiful. I'm going to pay for your thing there. It's like, but it wasn't a Patreon. It's just, that whole, I was with Twitch as well, so never mind. Or even Super Chat. That's, to me, that's people. That's that's the shame of it. That's, you were not triggered by that. You were in shock that it was shown on American channel. Simple. Me, I learned to just go, probably see in the eyes. My eyes will go, really? You're that ignorant of showing a weapon on a YouTube channel? Why isn't YouTube doing something about them instead of but they want to catch someone saying, oh, you said a bad word 10 minutes before the show, so we're going to demonetize you. How about taking them off the channel because they're showing a weapon? How about little punk kids saying stupid things because their retarded parents are letting them access StreamYard? Which Kenny took the step up because he caught it before I did. I'm just, distracted. I'm trying to focus on everything. Let's see, what yeah. But Patreon for their own gain? No, that's selfish, ignorant, and obviously triggered. Saying, you don't like my reaction to what I don't like your reaction to you and my reaction to no. People are idiots. It shocked you. That was a shock. It wasn't a trigger. People are shocked by something like, what? Yeah. Well, it wasn't that. It was this idiot says, I know where you live. But I was like, okay, fine. You don't. Because no one knows my house address. They know of a P.O. box or a UPS address. So if he needed to say something like that, I would have made a comment. But Kenny's like, no, he couldn't take it anymore. He dealt with it. I would have came back saying, no, you don't. You little... And I would go back, Mommy, Daddy, he called me a little on YouTube. Why you do that for? I don't know. So lies. Absolute lies. No. Nothing about stupid little kids, but if a grown-up says a dirty word spoken out loud, then it's demonetization. I want to know who in the hell will pay to watch their stuff. I mean, they're as stupid as the people that are paying them are stupid as they are. For saying, I'm putting up a Patreon, so you have to pay to watch my videos. Okay. Like, there's a difference between other sites, because that's how they get their jollies on, And these, some I actually know of. But they try to ask me, I said, no, you're from me? Oh, that's funny. You're funny. I had one heartbroken by one. So that was for Twitch and just to keep the gaming thing going, not for any other sites. But you should. I should charge. I'm doing just for that. I'm gonna do Patreon too. Yeah. I could have a wrench taken, but I won't. To have the ability to have Patreon set for YouTube is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Super chats, you know. The other thing I don't remember about, you help someone to do something to help. I mean, Legend of Traveling TARDIS, it's paying $100 a month, and it's I don't count because I can go on and do a live show, but I don't feel like going to a live show and these live show here, but I can. And Dave, he has administrativeness. He has administrative to be Legend of Traveling TARDIS. Spelled the Geek T on the other account. His own channel, his other channel. So he's authorized to access 4 studios. So I said, if he has an idea for, Spill the Geek Tea, he uses the other one. He just, change the banner. Don't even have to go to the studio. Well, he would go into the other studio. Go into my old studio, do a live video, and not worry about storage because we're not, if it's something in the storage, but it's live, so it doesn't really matter. And I don't keep anything. I keep it for a certain period of time, then it's gone. The 2 videos I had for this show, I deleted them and knocked our storage from 64 down to 58, something like that. Something like that, not too much. It was like 6 hours. It took out 6-7 hours, so I dropped the storage. I don't go back and watch the stuff, especially for this. Like, okay, I'm just talking. I do the same thing when I did on the computer. I don't need it in the computer. So he does a live show, whatever topic he wants. He can copy to his computer and do shorts if he wants to, anytime he wants to. He has control of my original studio. He's authorized to do it. But, I forgot what was my point again. Oh my God, I forgot the point of what I was saying. Oh yeah, the $100 a month. So, we got a super chat last night. Who knows when? It was for $2. Like, wow. It's still not paying for increased storage. Because again, Legend of Traveling TARDIS, if we do Spill the Geek Tea, we're doing it live now. Legend of Traveling TARDIS is live. Spill the Geek Tea is live, especially from that. Dave does mostly live. A couple times he would do a recording, but we got some other dude on there, doesn't have a reusable studio. He's set 2-hour shows and all in advance. He's got a stack of videos, and that's what's taking up the storage. Why aren't you charging more for this guy? Because he's using up all the freaking storage. It's 47 hours used out of 50. And at the time, I can't record I can't keep anything in storage here. I'm deleting. I had 3 episodes and I'm down to 2 episodes. I have no episodes in there to go back to. And so Greg was going to help me. And so we're playing around doing everything we want to do. Now that we're doing live, I can go back and forth. But Dave can do it. Dave does most of the stuff live. Anything Spill the Geek Tea on that, and that's StreamYard is live. Christian does live, but it still sits in the studio. And I looked in the studio. Christian has deleted some of his stuff. While this guy just piles up 2 hours, a dozen shows upcoming. And then in the past, he doesn't delete any of them. It's like, you don't need these old shows anymore. Go back. And he says, past, delete the crap. And I swear the storage will drop down to 20. Because I'm looking at it. I can easily go, but it's not my studio. Oh, it's not, I'm not the one. I don't own the StreamYard, so I can't just go. They're past. They've been shown. I don't know why they sit in StreamYard and taking up space. You delete the recording because the broadcast is still there. So it does say, yes, it was on there. The broadcast is there. Fine. But you don't need to keep all these dozens of recordings in there. That StreamYard should have the ability to say, after 30 days, we're going to delete them, but it's still part of your broadcast. They don't do that. They don't think things like that. They just want to raise the price. So for that dude, completely incompetent and inconsiderate to have. So that's why I wonder with Dave, is he going to have recorded shows? I think he said recorded shows. I'm not sure. Is there any storage for him to do that? Because that dude has all those 2-hour shows that are placed 2 months. It's like, oh, this one's made here, but it come out 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later. I'm looking at this crap. It's like, what the hell? And Dave just created another studio for a Happiness Patrol show. So things I just don't understand. And I forgot to turn the light on again. It's like after 10 minutes to say something. But, I don't. I try my best. That's a bunch of BS. That's complete BS. How is that allowed? When the numbers aren't there, the Christian has gone up to 58,000 subscribers. I'm getting messages saying, well, we can increase your number of subscribers and how to do things if you pay us to do so. There are people on YouTube that will tell you what to do, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I have to watch them a few times over just to understand, but no. I just no. That's it. I went a little over than I expected, but good conversation. People like that getting $50 in chess. That's why I just don't understand it. I don't expect any money at all. Because any money is going to go straight to Greg. It's his StreamYard. I just live here. I'm just doing it for the entertainment value to get the point across, to get people to understand. I even said last night, am I like, someone said I was like Conrad, and then Dave he got out of his chair. He said, no, maybe come over there. I said, am I like that? Because of my rants? I said, no. I said, do I? I get confused. Like, no. I rant about people doing stupid things all the time, and people agree. I would say, things with the government, but that's common sense. I don't have to go attacking. Why do I attack people with food stamps? Because it is fraudulent. It's like, come on, people. There are people that it's a supplemental income for people that need it, not people that live off of it and take advantage of others. That's just common sense. I'm not saying go attack, this company, go attack that company. No, I don't do that. So use your brain, use some common sense. He's a far end podcaster. I was like, oh look, we did fake things. Like, no, I don't do that crap. I do raves, rants, and reviews. People understand things. People need to learn things. People need to understand. But $100, $50, and $100. No, it's so they buy more games. And, oh, look at the game I'm playing. Oh yeah, I need to do more reviews here and there, but like today, I just couldn't. I just need to listen to music, focus on my mentality, and then tomorrow focus on work. Work. Monday, start cleaning more. Got to get things organized. But for people that take advantage of the system like that, then again, it's everything. Those that gain that power and you just want more and more and more, I don't care. I just try to make people happy, make people laugh. I don't know. That's nice and ignorant are two different things. Say, hey, look what I got. No, that's they act nice, but to be that stupid to do something like that, no. Then to block you because you just had an honest reaction, no. And the people that are paying them money, no, that's absolute garbage. It's like the idiots that let the kids do what they did. You know. No, I do not accept it. It's horrible, and they need to be dealt with now. So that being a Conrad kind of thing, like, they need to be dealt with now. Maybe. Again, that's why Dave and I gave high ratings, because we want to see the bad guy get what they deserve. It's tiring, disgusting. But some people twist words, do things, and what's the point anymore? Just got to inform, just make people use their brains, and when I show off a CD, I say, yeah, buy a CD. I'm not going to show off a pistol or a blade and say, you should buy this one because look, it goes deeper and it comes out like that. And it's like, no. It's setting poor examples. That was it. I don't know why, because I don't know why they did it. But now you left the stream and then they put in Patreon. That's crap. It's too close. Well, obviously he's doing his own thing, but I don't see it as the worst, because as people are trying to forget what happened in the UK, this happened in the UK. People like that creating the angry mob, and that's what I gave it a high rating, because I see it all the time. You get all these people in power creating hordes of angry, ignorant people gathering up with them to do the battle for them, to create the lies to say, well, they did this, and to downright insult people. Did Kate go too far? No, you insulted her father. You insulted everything that she's doing. They're losing money because of people like that. They're trying to do their damnedest to do things, and you get some piece of filth doing things like that. The idea is there for me. I completely disagree. Yeah, because I see that all the time. You know, this one holds a gun on YouTube, little pieces of filth that go in and say, I know where you live. Reality TV stuff. This is what I see. This is what I see when I go to work. Horrible people. So when I see a guy like that in power creating an angry mob, it's like, I want to see him punished. I want to see the monster rip his freaking head off and spit down his throat. The concept of it worked for me. You know, and this is how society's running, because it's just, it's exactly what it is. This guy is trying to prove the good guys are wasting money. You get these idiots showing guns on there and saying, well, they get paid by Patreon. I get $50. Like, what kind of garbage is that? Rich, the powerful getting richer and more powerful and people are so belligerent and do stupid things and follow them. Well, that's true. That's obviously true. But the idea of that guy is causing these problems, that's what I see all the time. So I can relate. Say, yep. How far is this piece of garbage going? He pisses off the wrong person to release the creature and say, oh, well, nothing's gonna happen to me, chomp. So you got what you deserve. And and as a doctor, got angry. That was the truth. You know, you mess with someone he cares about, and you think you can get away with it? No, you're gonna rot. You're gonna rot, and no one's gonna care about you. And that was a poignant message, and I wish I could say that to people every single day. I'm just trying to get my point across. I'm just trying to get my point across on that. Why Dave and I liked that episode, because we wanted to see the bad guy punished. It has nothing to do with the writing, because it was someone else wrote it. Yes, he said, well, we just twist it like this, because based on what happened in the UK. This is what happens in the US all the time. Someone will say, well, I can do anything I want to, and you're going to follow me. And I'm the one that goes, you know, why hasn't someone done anything about this person now? Why haven't they just, you know, someone with common sense? But the bad guys always seem to win. Someone does a murder. Oh, they can be reformed. Oh, he's so handsome. Oh, idiots. People are idiots. Kate was mad. Not the bad guy. It was just out of frustration. This douchebag caused so much problems for her and her friends and her workplace to drive everything down. The funds are being lost because someone who knows the truth decided to twist it. It's like, you saw that, you saw these things going on, but you decided to flip it the wrong way, like on ghost stories about ghosts. Someone goes and says, oh, this hotel is haunted. Yes, it is haunted. You need to do these fixings. Well, I'm not going to do it. I just want you to confirm how this place is haunted so I can make money off of it. Someone steals something from a haunted place. So what'd you do with it? I burned it. So you stole it and you burned it? Yeah. And you want us to fix it for you? Yeah. It's not promoting a dangerous idea. No. What she did was out of just pure anger. The creature was not going to kill her or anyone else. It was only him. And he should have died. Because the bad guys get away with everything. Good guys can only do so much. So, I feel better. I did something, and I'm done. Can you be proud of me? Because I had enough of that. Person is now banned and their comments were removed. And, you know, I don't know how to unban them. I honestly do not know how to unban them. So that's it. I do not need to hear How many times have we talked about it? I do not need to hear negative comments. And yeah, that was enough of that. All it says is he's been banned and their comments removed. So I don't know how long it's going to take. But maybe that'll teach him. Because 3 strikes and you're out. This was the 3rd time. And I just banned someone from the show. And their comments have been removed. See what happens, Greg, when you do the right thing and teach someone how to do something, and someone else wants to go talking back and forth over and over again. Well, now they're banned. But Kenny says it's 24 hours, so let's see. How many it is? Oh. It says 300 seconds. Well, let's end the show because Kenny, you got to get your show. I'm going to do one thing on Hero Wars. I did most of the things already. So, yeah, I just banned Pedro for 300 seconds. Okay, so we're going to end the show now. I don't want him on. I do not want him on next few shows. You know, his comments went too far. His comments were as bad as a kid's. You know, we all know how bad RTD is, but you know, I'm done with it. I don't need the negativity on any of my shows. So we're gonna end this. So Kenny goes to his show and come back on Saturday and see how it goes from there. Because I was just trying to remove the wrench, and I couldn't figure out how to remove the wrench. I wanted to remove his wrench, but I couldn't figure it out. It says delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user, and delete their comments. I think I banned user and delete their comments. I don't know. But otherwise, thank you all for watching. Don't mess with me because I will not tolerate it. So we come back on Saturday. Now, until then, remember, time waits and turns slowly. Where's that music thing? Well, you're the mod here too. But I was going to take him off being a mod. I'll try to figure out later. Play the music.